I don't care if you've been hunkering down for that hurricane all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu Strategy, coming to you live and direct from the Vista Smoke Down fam with all the dankest of dank shit on my left, oldest ninja in the world, old ninja.
People are gonna fuck up all the time, so we just gotta, stay the course. Hey.
All right, on my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, struck people out on threes, fours, Chronos.
The Almighty, if you believe in such a thing, gave him a voice back just for this podcast. So there you go.
That's good.
Last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
I'm about to blow your fucking mind. The letter W starts with a D.
He's nuts.
Oh,
Good
W
shit.
starts with a D.
It does. It fucking does. Chronos, what you got for statistical analysis?
Statistics. Arturo, he is our listener of the week. Thank you very much for listening. We definitely appreciate it. And first in chat would be your boy Steve, also known as XOR88X. I'm looking forward to your bachelor party next month, even though I haven't bought tickets yet. But I need to this week, probably. Have you, Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to coordinate.
Yeah, I'll send you the details.
Yeah.
He's in Austin?
No, he's in the Bay Area, but he's doing a bachelor party.
Yeah, he lives over in Castro, but he bachelor parties, and it's gonna be in San Antonio. Not San Antonio, Austin.
Austin, and his wedding's in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Well, good shit. Congrats to him. Old Ninja, what you pouring out and for whom?
Pouring out some King Cobra tonight. For a dearly departed. We're gonna start with Louise Fletcher, born Estelle Louise Fletcher, who played the noted Nurse Ratched in One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. She won a Golden Globe and an Academy Award for her role in the film. At the time,
I remember watching that in psychology class.
At the time, she was one of only 3 actresses that had won a BAFTA, a Golden Globe, and an Academy Award for a single performance. She would go on to star in The Exorcist II, The Heretic, the original Maverick with James Garner, the original Flowers in the Attics, and Cruel Intentions. Just a very, very, very abridged filmology. She had a prominent role in Star Trek Deep Space Nine as the religious leader Kai Wynn, one of the more controversial characters on the show. She appeared in a few episodes of Shameless as the mother of one of the main characters, and in the series Girl Boss on Netflix. She died at her home in France at the age of 88. Next up, we have Coolio. Coolio, born artist Leon Ivy Jr., the Grammy Award-winning rapper, producer, and actor, best known for his 1995 hit "Gangsta's Paradise." He had some hits in the 90s with tracks like "Fantastic Voyage" and the mega hit "Gangsta's Paradise," like I mentioned, for the 1995 film "Dangerous Minds," starring Michelle Pfeiffer. "Gangsta's Paradise" was nominated for Record of the Year and Best Rap Solo Performance at the 1995 Grammy Awards, with him winning Best Solo Artist that year. He had an infamous feud with Weird Al Yankovic about the use of "Gangsta's Paradise" for his parody "Amish Paradise," which he used without Coolio's permission.
We literally talked about that last week.
Yeah, reportedly they made amends shortly after. He also did the opening song for the Nickelodeon show Kenan and Kel. Coolio would go on to release 5 more studio albums: Coolio.com, El Cool Magnifico, The Return of the Gangsta, Still Here, From the Bottom to the Top. And then, unfortunately, today, literally a few hours ago, he died earlier today. His death is still unclear, or at least the details are still unclear, but he was 59.
That is real young.
They're speculating that he might have had a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
So until then, he literally died at 5 o'clock today.
That's sad. Sad as hell.
Dude, he's done, for film-wise, he's done some. I mean, he was in Batman and Robin
Mm-hmm.
as Jonathan Crane. Is that? Huh. Interesting. But I forgot. Like, you always think of when you think of his songs, you always think of Gangsta Paradise. But I also forgot about the other one he did.
Fantasy.
Yeah, Fantasy.
Voyage.
Yeah, Fantastic Voyage.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Get
1, 2,
something
3,
on the
4.
Yeah.
Sub You. Yeah, and also
Mhm.
See You When You Get There, which was in '97, which was also another hit.
Mm-hmm.
He was also part of the WC and the Mad Circle. I forgot about that group. That was a West Coast group.
Yeah, yeah. Damn, I remember
So-
West Coast used to have so many different groups back. Well, that, also we were probably paying more attention to like new music back then. But yeah, so there was like so much new music
And-
coming out, like Compton, LBC, that whole area, LA.
Oh
he,
yeah.
he was on Futurama. He was the voice of Kwanzaa Bot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I
Yeah,
thought
he
that
had,
was dope.
he had a bunch of stuff, but it's just crazy because he was relatively young, and he
Mhm.
just passed kind of in a. I mean, we don't know the details. None of us were there, but hopefully there'll be like a coroner report within the next couple weeks. But he usually has like songs that are super catchy, and he just does his like rap thing. He's most notably known for his crazy ass locks. Like you never see
Yeah.
him bald or with an afro. Not that it's always like his crazy like jail like
Twig.
rolled up fucking hair or some shit. If I remember correctly, he's in one of the scary movies, isn't he?
He might have been. He might.
Yeah, I can check really quick, but I remember.
I'm on there right now. He's in
Shit, he's
Daredevil.
yeah. I was like, what? I saw Love and Oh, he's on the soundtrack to Love and Monsters. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah,
He's in
Yeah.
Dracula 3000 with was Aaliyah in that one? No, that was
that movie was terrible. Sorry.
one with Aaliyah or Dracula 3000 because that was terrible.
Both
Too.
of them are terrible. He has two
What?
movies coming out.
Oh wow! All right.
Oh, 3 movies. He has a movie called Bobcat Morelli. It Wants Blood 2, which is filming, so I don't know if he completed his scenes. There's nothing that I saw say. And he has a TV movie that was in pre-production, so they're gonna have to like recast or cut his whole character out. Oh, he's in I haven't finished Black Jesus, but I guess he's in.
Oh
an
yeah,
episode of-
Black Jesus is fucking funny, dude.
That was a hilarious show.
I've
Yeah.
seen a few. I think I've seen up to the barbecue, where they had like the community barbecue thing. That shit was
Yeah.
hella fun.
The only thing that was hard about that show was you have Charlie Murphy in there, and you could see
Oh yeah,
his health is declining every fucking episode. So,
but he made that show too, Charlie
was
Murphy.
great.
Yeah,
was great.
Well,
he's the landlord, isn't he? He's
Yeah,
always,
exactly.
that shit was hella
One
fun.
interesting thing is there's this couple on TikTok and they use Gangsta Paradise in their skit where like the husband will say something like insulting to his wife and then walks away and then like they play the Gangsta Paradise song. But it was so funny because Coolio got involved. So like the guy did something like mean to his wife and like walked away, and then Coolio came in. You hear like the record scratch. He's like, "Why the fuck are you using my song?" Like he was pissed. He was there for like copyright reason. Like he served them papers saying they can't use the song anymore. It was fucking funny as hell.
Well, there's a couple of them. There's one because they're TikTok famous. They make millions now. But there's one where the husband does this. He usually says one-liners to his wife, like he says some stuff like, "Oh, why are you using this?" So I can't think of it right now. But
Yeah, that's the couple I'm talking about.
yeah, but he would see. There's one where he says something to his wife. He would normally turn to the camera and walk away slowly. So one of the skits, when he turns into Coolio, and Coolio's the one walking away. I was dying laughing because that shit was fucking hilarious. I was like, holy shit, fucking Coolio.
And it was an ongoing thing for like a while, at least like about like 10 videos or so, which is
they have way more than 10
TikTok videos.
They have way more than 10. They have a bunch of them. It's hell.
Yeah, R.I.P. man. It's a sad loss to lose him.
Yeah, for someone who still had like a lot of talent. He's in Static Shock. Holy shit.
Oh, we should, yeah.
Yeah, he plays Replicant.
Okay.
Mark Roper. There you go. Damn, he had 106 fucking acting credits. Like, what the fuck?
God damn, that's good. Good for him. Was that your last RIP though?
Yeah, that was my last RIP.
The fuck was
Real quick before we get started, obviously, if you're on the East Coast or anywhere in the country, Hurricane Ian is still raging and shit. It was Category 4, I think, when it made landfall. It might have decreased by now.
What was the name? What was the name? It's not Inez?
I thought it was Ian.
I don't.
Ian or
Ian?
Ian? One of them. I don't know how you
Okay.
pronounce it.
You pronounce it like the skit from Key and Peele.
Hey, Ron.
Man,
Yeah. But anyway, obviously the hearts go out to all the folks over in, I guess, Central Florida. It looks like it's like in the Tampa, Orlando, that fucking area right now. Because that shit looks scary as fuck. 155-mile-an-hour winds and crazy flooding and shit just flying all over the fucking place. So we'll see.
Cars don't go that fast.
Bro. So I mean, you know what's fucked up? These Floridians, they act like it's like fucking Tuesday. Like
Yeah.
they're just like, dude, literally I saw a content creator, they're doing like a dare where they're literally at the beach and they're like, "Oh, I bet you won't give me a BJ," and they just show the chick just going to work on dude where literally like outdoor equipment is flying past them
Darwin Award.
down the coast while they're just sitting there and she's just sucking them off. I'm like, dude, really? If something that hit both of you, something could literally impale one or both of you.
Somebody would have died happy.
I guess someone would.
Not
Hell of
when
a
she
way to
clamps
go.
down, though.
Yeah, no shit. Well, if it hits him, he'll die happy. If it hits her, he's like, oh shit, that's terrifying.
Oh god, fucking shit, man. But yeah, the footage is fucking devastating, and I hope everybody's all right. It'll be what it'll be. Obviously, you'll have some FEMA reports coming in the next couple days or whatever.
You know what I want
Yeah,
to see?
I mean-
I want to see a complete fucking moratorium on every major news outlet always having somebody in the field out in the middle of a fucking hurricane. Can we fucking stop? Like, we understand what the fuck hurricanes are. You can just put a camera outside. We can see all the shit flying. You don't need to put some poor asshole out there risking his fucking life to remind us that hurricane kill people. Like, come on, man. This is fucking dumb as shit.
This is bullshit.
Yeah. Like, I was watching this one today. It was on CNN, and there was this guy who was talking about how he shouldn't have left. Or he should have left. He's like, I already regret it. And it hasn't even like hit him yet. And it's like he was in like a high-rise building, and his windows are right up for 150 mile per hour winds. They said he already regrets it. And so when they start the story, the guy's literally outside on like his patio or whatever, like outside with his phone. I'm just get inside and just like show outside. Like, I don't need you outside like getting wet in a high-rise building with like 100 miles per hour winds. It's like, you could just turn the camera around. You don't need to do the fucking selfie thing. Just show, hey, look, it's still raining. There's still wind. All right, this is my story.
Also, I don't think you're fucking brave. I think you're just fucking stupid. Like, real talk. It's scary as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, hurricanes, even if you're in Florida, are fucking terrifying. Category 4? What the fuck?
Yeah, somebody hit by a tree today. Oh, were you about to say that?
Yeah. No. I was gonna say some people don't care because they're literally outside in lawn chairs with their fucking beer, with like wind just smacking them in the face. They're getting rained on. They're just drinking their beer, like not like it's sunny or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck
it's
y'all
people
doing?
it's people like this is why people like Coolio died, but we still have all the Kardashians alive. Humanity deserves it for stupid shit.
Yeah, we do pump up some idiots, but it is what it is. Let's dive on in. Goddamn, we have some huge fucking news. I'll set it up. Ryan Reynolds done dropped a trailer or a teaser thing on Twitter.
A teaser.
Yeah, not a trailer. Yeah, truly a teaser. He's like sitting on what looks like a house or his house or whatever. He's doing some workout montage. He's talking about how Deadpool 3 he can't come up with any fucking inspiration. And then at the very fucking end, he's like, maybe we'll bring back Wolverine, and Hugh Jackman walks across or behind him, and he's like, yeah, I'm in. I'm down to do it. And everybody goes fucking wild.
Yeah.
They added an extra zero to his paycheck because he's been in like 15 different Wolverine movies. Like, yeah, he said he was done, but everybody's got a price.
He sure did.
Well, I mean, they pay him to do it, so
Mm-hmm.
that's his whole thing. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool to like have Wolverine coming back. And he actually made another video with Hugh Jackman. They sat down together and do like a little teaser thing. It's kind of funny because they don't. Well, you'll see. Just look it up.
You get Rick rolled.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's pretty funny though. But
like
When he said he never played Wolverine, I was like, oh, okay. Like,
Mhm,
let's be for
mhm.
real. That what we
I
gonna say,
mean,
Cliff?
we all said it. We said it. The money's right.
Yeah.
Coming back.
But it's funny because like Ryan Reynolds is always like him and Hugh Jackman are always busting each other balls. Like they play jokes on each other. Like at least like in the media, like they talk about how like one's alcohol is better than the other. Because I think Ryan Reynolds has like what aviation vodka, and I think Hugh Jackman got some kind of tequila, and like they just kind of bust each other's balls. And I always think that was pretty. Even as Deadpool, he makes fun of Hugh Jackman talking about who balls that I have to suck to get this role or whatever, and he like plays on his name and stuff like that. So it'd be kind of cool to see how this will work out, just because they worked each other in the past when they did Wolverine origin story or whatever movie that was where he
Oh yes,
that was horrible.
yes.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that plays out, because it's going to be fucking hilarious, especially when it comes to Deadpool. But I'm excited. I can't wait to see. And they threw a date in there too.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah. 2
September
years.
of 2024.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So yeah, I'm excited.
the thing that got me is you have to remember back to what was it, Deadpool 1, where they put the fucking picture of goddamn Hugh Jackman
Yeah.
in there because he wasn't in the fucking movie. And you could see
Mhm.
like he wanted to do this, or Ryan Reynolds wanted to do this fucking shit from jump. They probably couldn't afford his ass on that first movie.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it was a conflict because it was Fox, and then at the time it was probably Disney
What-
to do it.
No, for the first Deadpool, that was still
the
under
first one.
Fox. And I feel like that
Yeah.
was before Hugh Jackman had hung up or said that he hung up his stuff.
Oh,
Wasn't the first movie budget like super low? Like
Yeah, it was like $50 million or something. It was crazy low.
wasn't even cheaper than that.
Might have, I can't remember.
I'd have
But
been cheaper.
I mean, that was what, 2016. So I think isn't that like a year or two before he might have been filming Logan? He may have been, but
But if you
he
want
was
to,
still under Fox's contract.
if you want to
For
talk
sure.
about like cheap movies, Deadpool was pretty cheap too. Like they literally edited that movie in Premiere Pro.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
So
Damn.
their budget
Hey,
was
dude,
$58 million.
Yeah,
$58 million, and they made $782 million. Like that's
huge
yeah.
hit.
a huge bump in profit.
Huge fucking hit. Yeah, dude, I'm fucking down. It got everybody excited and shit. And this, like I said, this was not even like a full on fucking trailer. So everybody's fucking, even the logo where you see like the slash marks from Wolverine
Hey, hold on.
are cool.
Something cast is in the chat. Haven't seen those guys.
Oh, good
before.
shit, good shit.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
are y'all
What
here
up now?
That's
Isn't, and I know things get pushed back and shit, but it may even coincide with the same year, possibly. This is speculation of that Insomniac Marvel's Wolverine game, maybe,
Oh, I don't know.
because we don't have a hard date on that one.
No, who knows? I feel like games are, because of 2020 and fan pushback, everything's been pushed back a lot. Like there's a huge list that IGN posted about these huge AAA games that got pushed back like a year, 2 years. Games that were supposed to come out like in 2020, 2021, pushed back to 2023.
Yep.
So who knows?
So it looks like Hugh Jackman in 2016 he was doing X-Men Apocalypse, but then he
Mhm.
turned around and also did Logan in 2017. So he probably was filming that
He's
stuff at
back
the
to
same
back.
time.
Could
So.
have been.
Yeah, he's probably
Busy.
way too busy.
Then you also had Pan and Chappie, that he was working on.
I forgot about those movies. Yeah,
He's in Chappie. I haven't seen Chappie.
I just.
Oh,
saw
I'm thinking it said Chappie's on here, but I was thinking of that other movie, that Rock'em Sock'em Robot he did.
Oh, Real
Yeah.
Steel. That movie's cool.
Real Still, that's what it was. That movie was Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
It was Rock'em. I mean, it literally was Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah,
Literally.
Oh yeah, in Chappie he plays the guy trying to capture the robot, trying to capture Chappie. He was like the security guard for the company that was trying to reclaim Chappie, because he had like some giant mech robot that he used to try to get Chappie. That movie was horrible. I hated Chappie. Just not the storyline and stuff was cool. Just those two actors, the actress and the actor, like the gangster guys. I was like, man, I can't. Every time they came on screen, I was like, oh fuck this movie.
God damn. All right. I don't think I've even seen it, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll fucking see. We got a couple years to wait, but this is some exciting fucking shit. I'm sure he was getting all that fucking money, and he's still in great shape too. Like he looks the part, you know what I mean, in terms of being able to play the role again. So fuck it, make it happen. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's other big news on top of this that dropped earlier this week.
What you got?
James Earl Jones is
Mhm.
retiring the voice of Darth Vader. So
Huh.
instead of him passing along to a new actor, I guess they're going to do what they did in Mandalorian and use AI to simulate his voice. Because I knew like years ago they were having him like record his voice for just a bunch of random words. And I guess it's because his AI can now kind of simulate his voice, and they're going to try to do, if
Well-
they need to do games or movies or animated projects, that they'll be able to use a simulation from his voice. But he's stepping down as the voice of Darth Vader after shit 40 years, 40, 50 years.
What didn't they do that for Obi-Wan? Didn't they censor or use AI for his voice?
I guess
Or
he
he-
came back. I heard he came back. I think part of it was AI, so it was like a
Hmm.
mix of both.
My only question with that is, so let's say they do a future Star Wars movie, like we know they're fucking gonna keep doing,
Oh
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they and they do the
got milk
AI
that cow,
shit.
man.
But they do the AI shit. Who gets credit? Like in the like at the end of the movie.
I don't know. I guess
What do you-
he was
wait,
still in credit.
What do you mean? Who gets credit?
Like, does it
Like
say AI assisted James Earl Jones when they do the scroll at the end?
Oh,
I bet he still
maybe.
gets paid if they use his voice. He probably still gets paid. So,
Yeah, they would.
his
They
estate
would.
maybe.
They would pay his estate. Yeah, that's what I would imagine. They would just pay his family. That would be. I would figure. I'm assuming that's what they've probably already done. They kind of did it with Mark Hamill, so I don't see why not.
I mean, I think it's pretty cool to like be able to preserve those iconic voices, but I think at some point it's gonna get kind of creepy though. You know,
It's
The-
like the laugh track. Like all the people who did the laugh track, like they
yeah,
use that for decades, and
dude. If you want to hear about
people
the
are already dead.
there's a really good episode of things you should know on the laugh
Mm.
Oh
track.
yeah.
It's really fascinating, like how the guy did it. Like basically, he made a computer before there was fucking computers, and like that's it. He had like this like half a filing cabinet, and it was basically 300 different types of laughter that was in the laugh box thing, and he'd have to like craft it using like keys and shit. But it was all like real people that were laughing, but he would like have like he would craft it however he wanted to using keys.
God damn.
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
remember
uh,
too for like Looney Tunes, was it Mel Blanc?
Mel Blanc.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mel Blanc, yeah. He was the voice of a whole bunch of, not every single one, but a whole bunch of
lot
fucking
of it.
characters. And I mean, you kind of notice when you watch the new LeBron Space Jam that Bugs doesn't quite sound like old school, Looney Tunes,
Yeah.
but you still just go with it. You know what I mean? Like the change isn't so noticeable that it's off-putting.
God, talk about another bad movie.
Yeah, that was rough.
I haven't
It was
seen
rough.
Oh God, Jesus Christ.
But I mean, here's the thing too: the nostalgia has to fucking like stop with people. The first Space Jam wasn't a good movie. We were just
I
like,
wasn't either.
it was just
I mean,
the time.
it was
you know
good
what
for
I mean?
kids, but
Yeah,
as
exactly.
adults, you're just like, ugh.
It was no Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
was
Who Framed
like-
Roger Rabbit, especially with having like all these animated characters and
Oh,
live
yeah.
action stuff together. Like that shit was like, wow, that fucking cartoon woman looks hot. On
That's what I was gonna say. That's the first one. I was like, that's a very attractive
Rob was
cartoon.
bad.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
dude.
I'm not bad. I was just drawn that way.
That's the greatest line.
Roger Rabbit still holds up, man. I saw that. I don't know, like a month ago or so with the kids. I was like, man, this is still good.
Once again, prove my theory. We don't rewatch newer movies. It's only old ones.
Yeah,
Because we're old fucks.
in general, we don't. In general, we do not. But that was a classic. But yeah, man, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, as far as technology, it's not like they're gonna use this one set and just leave it. They're gonna constantly improve on it, constantly work on it. So, I feel like this is a pretty good. Because I mean, think about it. If they casted someone else, that person would be in the shadow of James Earl Jones.
Oh
forever.
yeah.
They would have
even-
like this huge weight on them, like literally the mass of the internet and the world. Like
Dude, it wouldn't even be a shadow. It would just be a fucking like a
it'd be a mountain. It'd
room,
literally
like
be a mountain weighing down. on
fucking
you.
solar
It's like if you
eclipse.
think
You
the
would
Tim
never
Allen-
be able to see the sun.
Way
And
worse
there
than
will-
Tim Allen.
Well, yeah, there will always be a group of people that are going to say you're never going to be, you know, the original. You're never going to be like the original. You don't sound like the original. So this way, everyone gets to pretty much be content. So
Just a kid would have to be born. Like when I think about like a voice like that, it made me think of that kid who sings the song "Chocolate Rain." That guy, like Kazon or something like that. Like maybe he could do something close to Vader, but like I don't know. Like it has to be another generation of somebody being born to do the voice of Vader that just has that iconic deep voice.
I just looked that up. I didn't realize that Who Framed Roger Rabbit came out in 1988.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking old as shit.
So my balls didn't even drop yet, I don't think. And I was just like, God damn, this is one hot ass cartoon though.
Yeah.
It's that first domino effect into hentai. You know what I mean?
No shit, that was the trailer.
But, speaking of James Earl Jones, though, like, so if you saw Coming to America 2, they basically do like a funeral service to him, and it's kind of creepy because he's a guy in his 90s. You know, he doesn't have that many more years left, but oh my god, it's funny and also weird to think that. I'm just glad he was able to fucking film that movie or whatever. And I promise you, whenever he does pass, people are going to watch that one or that scene again and be like, God damn, that's a great tribute to him.
No, we won't, though. We're going to watch other movies that are older.
No, watch Star Wars. Everyone's going to Star Wars marathon everything he did. And it's funny because he was doing movies before Star Wars.
Oh, absolutely.
Literally
Conan.
before Star
Wars. He was
Wars.
in fucking Conan. Remember that shit when he was a young man?
Yeah, but that came after Star Wars. So, but yes, he's
that in the 70s.
Yeah, but that was him. Like, because James Earl Jones he was the voice of Darth Vader, but nobody knew who the fuck he was.
Was he even
like
credited?
Voicing Darth Vader when he voiced him? But when he came as like an actual actor in Conan, that's the first time I think most people were probably introduced to him was Conan, being that badass snake dude.
He was great.
Actually, he's in because he plays a boxer. He plays like a real life boxer in like an old ass movie. So it's a black and white movie, but he was like,
so you're gonna compare that to Conan? I mean, I had to look up all his movies. I'm pretty sure that was like at least one of his early breakout roles.
One of his iconic roles is playing the voice of Mufasa in Lion King.
Yep.
But what's kind of cool, I think I mentioned on a podcast before, is that he plays the voice of the Lion King, but he also plays the king and Coming to America. But his wife in Coming to America is also the voice of his wife in Lion King.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Both of them kind of reprise a role. And the fact that he has like a giant lion on his fucking arm was kind of crazy.
That's great.
Yeah. See, James Earl Jones, he was in movies in the 60s. Like he was doing Shakespearean shit.
Shakespearean stuff though, man. It's not I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. Like he's definitely an actor, but as far as like the silver screen goes, what was his first like really big silver screen one? If it wasn't, Conan.
Because he's in movies with fucking Elizabeth Taylor and shit, and Alec Guinness before Star Wars.
Okay.
So there's a generation before us that knew him before.
Great White Hope.
Damn, before us. You were born in the 1870s. You better stop.
We weren't though.
Whatever. You know what I meant.
Good shit.
Does he have an EGOT? Like, has he won an award in all the 3 categories?
Well, it doesn't sing or anything, right? So we'll probably get an
I guess he does a thing.
Oh, he is. He's got an EGOT.
Oh, well, shit. The fuck was
He's one of the few that has the EGOT. He has an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
What Emmy did he
That's
get?
just a talented man.
What was that?
What Emmy
That's
did
just
he
a
get?
talented ass dude.
Oh yeah, he did get a yacht. He got it for
shit. He's in Doctor Strangelove. That was a popular movie.
Okay, now that was a big one.
Oh, sorry, Grammy.
Yeah.
I guess Grammy. Yeah, because that'd be Grammy's the audio one, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's won a Primetime Emmy, 2 Tonys, and a Grammy.
Yeah, but Doctor Strangelove, now that's a classic. That was a big one.
Okay.
Even though it was before my time, I like that one. Can we stick with Star Wars just a little bit, man? Fucking Andor is out in the fucking wild now.
I want to watch that. Yeah.
Man. Okay, I won't spoil, but god damn, I really fuck with this one. I know old Ninja kind of alluded to it and danced around some stuff last week. I watched the first 3 episodes. I'll say this: you're certainly meant to watch all 3, at least in my opinion, back to back to back.
Oh yes,
because they all like bleed into fucking each other, and it seems semi episodic, but at the same time, like the preferred method for me was just to slam through all fucking 3 of them.
How long are the episodes?
Was it 30, 40? Right?
No, they're 45 plus. I think the shortest episode is 37 minutes so far.
Okay. Yeah. So in between.
I like how they can just do that now. They're just like, yeah, we're just gonna make it 37 minutes long, not 35, or not 30 minutes,
Yeah.
or 22, or
It's
40,
so fucking
whatever.
standard.
Yeah,
They should
One week
always
is
been doing
22,
that.
next month an hour.
Streaming never had those same constraints, you know what I mean? But they stuck to these weird TV rules that are arbitrary as fuck.
Yeah.
You know? Even like the whole hour-long episode shit was always like 44 minutes because of commercials and shit. Like you don't have to fucking do that. You know?
They're getting used to it now. I think they're growing up.
Yeah, well, the best example of it was with Stranger Things this past season, because they had some episodes that were basically a fucking mini movie. They were like 90 minutes and shit.
No, one episode is 2 hours.
Yeah, so but here you go. But anyway, Andor, if you like Rogue One, this is your fucking shit. Like Diego Luna is bringing it. It's true espionage. So far, at least 3 episodes in. This is not some Skywalker saga that you see overtly. Obviously, it's with the Empire and whatnot, but this is its own unique fucking story of Diego Luna. You know what I mean? And his fucking character from Rogue One and his origin. What you got, Orange?
This is 4 episodes deep. So the 4th episode aired today. So which I already watched. So it is a Star Wars espionage. It's a Cloak and Dagger series, pretty much. It's like the origins of like a rebellion spy soldier. It looks like he's probably gonna be a jack of all trades, but most likely like a deep spy. And like these are the people that are boots on the ground kind of stuff. Like they're not talking about space magic. They don't even talk about the Empire.
No.
In the first couple of episodes, it's really about like an Empire controlled corporation that's kind of run like the Empire. That's your introduction to his world. And like you see grittiness, you see what George Lucas set out in the beginning, the quote unquote used future, because nothing looks fucking new. Everything looks battle worn or used, like, for decades. And we meet this man who's like on a mission and things go bad for him real quick. And then he ends up on the run and like all this shit keeps happening. So
well, the whole thing was a little confusing for me at first because it was like these aren't fucking stormtroopers. They're definitely, like you said, corporate, maybe corporate police almost.
Oh no, not almost, definitely.
Yeah, corporate police for like the mining outfit thing. So those are like the stand-in for the fucking Empire here. But yeah,
I mean, if they're not stormtroopers, are they like Pleasant Day troopers or
no? They're
police.
No, they maintain the mining because they're mining like a world. It's not just it. You get the sense that it's not just a small mining operation. It's like a huge world building because there's a scene where there's another mining operation that got abandoned, and you see like the whole area and what they left and what they did to the planet. In the 4th episode, there's more gelling of these two, the corporate world and their relationship with the Empire. So you see that in the 4th one, and there's a lot of fallout from what's happened from the first 3. So it's a lot of stuff. It's pretty cool. So it's very cool. It's very suspenseful in a way because it's like a lot of tense like moments, but like I don't want to say too much because I'm end up giving away a scene. But
just try to go in as blind as you fucking can. You don't need to know that much, but I haven't watched Rogue One in several years, but I feel like going back to it now after watching at least a few episodes of Andor.
Again, ain't going back to watch movies.
Back and watch
Nah, I got to see that one again. I got you.
Is it?
It was good.
There's got to be a cutoff. I think the cutoff is like probably 2005.
No.
How many episodes dropped? Was it 3 episodes that dropped at once, or are they doing one a week?
One a week.
The first 3 at once.
Yeah, and the 4th one dropped today. So now they're doing because there's going to be 12 episodes. So we're on episode 4 today. So.
Disney just out there printing money.
Creighton.
Dude,
Yeah.
I
That mouse split
fucking
right.
I fucking love this one. This one kind of helped me out. I didn't like all that was going on with Obi, but this one fucking worked for me. And Boba I never finished like the last 2 episodes, but
Mm.
this
didn't
one and
finish
Mando
the
are my
last
shit.
two? You didn't finish the last two of Boba?
I didn't. I kind of fell off of it, but
Dude,
yeah,
the last two of
Me
Boba,
not
that's where
Wayne.
all the shit goes down. Yeah,
yeah,
shit goes down
Oh,
in the last
that's-
two.
yeah.
She's the only
I
reason
might
why I
go
watched
back.
that show.
So literally
go back.
the last episode of Boba literally sets up season 3 of Mando.
Oh, good
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that and
Actually, I think
is Mando
there was
coming
like
at the end of this year?
No, it comes out early next year.
Gotcha.
So there's a trailer. There's a pretty cool trailer out that dropped D23. So
yeah, I think like the last 3 episodes. There's one episode that was like basically a clip from Mando because it's mainly focused on him
mhm.
and the shit that was going on with him. But I saw some shit funny earlier today. You know how like Mickey is kind of short, like the short nickname for Michael. And like usually you call your friends by their nicknames. And somebody
Oh.
said Mickey ain't my friend, so his actual name is Michael Mouse.
Michael Mouse.
fuck?
Hold on. Mickey's a drink. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh man,
God
remember those
damn.
Mickey's grenades?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh God, that green can.
Holy shit.
Green can. 40 dog.
Yeah, back then there was a green bottle.
I know. Well,
Mhm.
there's a green bottle, and then they had the tall cans. Then they did the 40 dogs.
Well, but I think the cans though were like because remember when like back in like the 90s and early 2000s, like cans kind of fell out of style, like hard.
Mhm.
It was everything was in fucking bottles.
In bottles, yeah. God, I'm looking at I looked up Mickey drinks and I'm like, oh God, I could just taste its picture.
Probably tastes disgusting. I gotta try one.
Yeah, tastes like ashtray,
Yeah.
That's even worse.
ashtray
one
and tap water.
The one I used to fuck with that like probably tastes awful now is used to love Rolling Rock. That was my shit.
I went the Rolling
Everyone
Rock
just-
phase. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone says that's a starter beer.
It
You
really
start
kind of
You either
'Cause
start
you
with
just-
Rolling Rock or
You can
Heineken.
sit there all day and drink them shits, man.
hell yeah.
And they have
Yeah,
Rolling
I don't
Rock
think-
Light. You want to protect your figure. You're like, all right, couple less calories. Let's
Oh.
do this.
Yeah.
Dude, I've never had a Rolling Rock.
Really? Is that
You're not missing
Never.
much.
Yeah.
Neither have I.
Yeah,
No,
I've seen them here and there, but I don't think I've ever had one.
I
I've
used to-
never had one.
When I was in the Marine Corps, I
Like
used to
Heine,
drink
like I
Go
think Heineken was kind of my thing.
Heineken
So I was like,
was
oh,
shit.
this is a is it like British beer? Not British.
It's from, I'm
German.
pretty sure it's Holland. Everybody's thinking it's from Germany, but I think it's from
Yeah,
Holland.
Germany. Yeah,
No, I
Oh,
think
yeah,
really?
it's from
Okay,
Holland.
I'm
fuck.
pretty sure it's from Holland. Yeah. So I used to always think it was German too. I thought it was fancy because it was from Germany, but no.
Yeah, I
So
think
that-
it's the Red Star that throws it off.
Yeah, yeah. But that's funny because I don't think the Red Star has nothing to do with fucking Germany. So
No, it's not on their flag.
yeah, it's one of those weird things. Yeah, when I was in the Marine Corps, I used to drink MGD because
God.
it was
Oh
like
yeah,
it was $9.99 with no tax for an 18-pack at MGD. So I would just like buy one every 2 days. And yeah, I used to go fucking hard to the paint in the Marine Corps.
There you
for
go.
people don't know what that is, that's a Miller Genuine Draft.
Yeah, it was so fucking it was so fucking smooth. That's why I used to love drinking it because I remember Budweiser was like the carbonation was like kind of harsh, but like the
Yeah.
carbonation in like MGD was almost like champagne bubbles or some shit. I don't know,
Mhm.
but you could just slam them shits all day.
Dude,
Wait, is
the
it-
other one that got me was High Life. That I had a High Life phase.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the
Yeah.
champagne of beers,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's the champagne of
man.
beers.
fucking felt fancy.
Yeah.
Is it
I was
Is it,
thinking about it with wine glass and shit.
Mm-hmm.
isn't Budweiser? Isn't it made from rice?
One of them is
Isn't
yeah.
it?
One's from
right there?
corn.
Oh.
I think one's from corn. One's from corn.
Oh shit.
Which one is it? And maybe the other one is rice because I know they had odd ingredients for some reason.
Tastes
Yeah.
like ass though.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like I know that they actually water down their beer to bring the alcohol content down, which I think that's actually kind of common for places to do that.
Oh yeah, man, that's an old fucking trick. You find it, Cronus?
Yeah, it
the
is.
water.
Okay. Yeah, so with Budweiser, it is rice, which is the odd one.
Yeah.
It's water, barley malt, rice, yeast, and hops. Because normally it's normal for everything except for the rice for beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throwing the rice in there is very odd.
That is weird.
But then a lot of Asian beers they use rice for their beer, which Like I think Sapporo and Asahi. I think
Yeah.
they're made from rice.
Yeah,
Which
That's the
theirs tastes fucking amazing.
I was exactly right. Okay, so Coors that's the one where it's with corn. So it's barley, it's
Mm.
water, barley malt, corn, yeast, and hops. So yeah,
Mm.
one uses corn, the other one uses rice. Two things that
There
are
you go.
incredibly cheap to get in America, especially fucking corn. That's just basically free for them to make.
Yeah. Put some filler in there.
Yeah.
Kronos, I know we were talking about this a little bit in the chat earlier. Did you want to revisit Mr. Brett Favre? Because you had some
Did we
thoughts
talk
on
about
that.
it last time? I
No,
don't think
we
I ever
didn't
talked
talk
about
about
it.
shit at all.
No,
No, I
Yeah,
don't think
never
we talked
talked
about it.
about it.
No.
Yeah,
Set it up.
I just want to briefly bring up how much of a piece of fucking shit Brett Favre is, and I'm saying this literally because I gave him some leeway because when the story first came out, it was that Brett Favre took money from that was supposed to be going to welfare recipients and use it to build a better volleyball facility for his daughter's school and a bunch of other shit and give speeches for things that he never gave speeches for like thousands of dollars, and the money was coming out of um, welfare funds from the state of Louisiana, right?
Mississippi,
Mississippi, sorry. And in Mississippi, I'm pretty sure is one of the poorest states in the nation.
the 50th.
Yeah, so it's the poorest state in the nation, which is fucking crazy. And he's stealing money from welfare recipients. And the reason why I was trying to give him some leeway, because I was like, well, what if you didn't know where the money was coming from? He fucking knew, because they have
Yep.
receipts. They had his text messages asking, will anybody find out? And I think it was the governor was like, oh, no, don't worry, we got you covered. No, nobody's ever going to find out. Don't worry about it. And yeah, so he took that money knowing that it was coming from, he literally reverse Robin Hood people. He stole from the fucking rich. He stole from the poor to give to the rich. What a fucking asshole. Meanwhile, you have other players that are out there. And keep in mind, this dude's a fucking, not MVP. He's in the Hall of Fame for football.
Yep.
And I can guarantee you that they're not even going to talk about removing him from that shit. Meanwhile, you got people like T.O., who probably should be in the fucking Hall of Fame, right?
I think he did get. I think he eventually got in.
Did he eventually get it?
Yeah.
But I mean,
I think so.
Quick search will give us the answer.
It's fucking crazy. And don't get me wrong, T.O. has his issues too, but guess what he wasn't doing? Taking millions of dollars from fucking poor people.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny, you could see Favre on a whole bunch of commercials for like back braces and iced tea and all, it's not like he retired and never like was seen again. No, he's been out on commercials all the time for geriatric bullshit.
Yeah, with him and Jerry Rice doing like stuff to ease your joints. And yes, T.O. was inducted into the Pro Hall of Fame in 2018.
Okay, so
There you go. Yeah,
But it should have been like a while back. Because I know people didn't like his behavior.
His flair.
But it's like, there's other, people. I think the only person I can think of that's white that kind of got fucked over with some shit was like Pete Rose.
Well,
and that when it comes to like Hall of Fame, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he bet on shit. And it's I mean, they all pretty much bet on shit, so
I'm sure there was more than just him, but they made an example out of his ass. They ain't never been that boy.
Yeah.
Because he got caught. If he wasn't caught, he would have been a Hall of Famer. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
And if he got caught afterwards, I don't think they wouldn't have stripped him.
I mean, baseball is a fucking almost 2-century-old sport, but you can't tell the fucking story of professional baseball, without mentioning Pete Rose. Like, he was just that great. You know what I mean? For his time and era.
My question is, was he on a box of Wheaties? Because if he was, I don't know who the fuck he was.
There you go.
Yeah.
He was on a box of the shittiest fucking cereal ever made.
What are you talking about, man? I used to be able to dunk after eating a bowl of Wheaties.
You used to be able to dump, because that's what all it was, is just a box of fucking fiber.
Yeah, that's
box
it,
of fiber.
No fucking sugar. That shit was bland on the taste buds and too much
hell
fiber.
of fucking sugar to get that thing to even taste like corn frosting flakes.
Yeah,
that shit was ass. Sticking with sports just a little bit, and I don't know if you guys have kept up with this at all, but so the other big scandal thing that's going on is for the Boston Celtics head coach Ime Udoka, who got suspended. He was coaching the Celtics this past year all the way to the finals. They lost to the Warriors in 6 games, but he got suspended for a year for having a affair with a staff member of the Celtics,
Okay.
female staff member, and they say it was consensual, but none of the whole thing adds up in terms of we don't know who she is. There's no word about any suspension or of any kind for her. If it was truly consensual and not assault, then it just seems weird that he would be suspended, only him. But have you guys followed any of this? Have you heard about even the scandal of it? Because he was
heard
dating
about
Nia
it.
Long.
I heard
I've
about
heard-
it,
Yeah.
and it seemed preposterous to me. So I'm like, you literally have NFL players on video cameras beating the shit out of women and dragging them out by their hair, and then just getting like a shorter suspension than that, or nothing at all, or they didn't get in trouble until somebody, found the footage. You know what I mean? And meanwhile, you have somebody that had consensual sex with somebody else. Like, that's his own personal fucking business. Like, unless there was like some really weird clause in his contract, which I seriously doubt because that's some serious personal information. You can go out and fuck whoever you want, and it shouldn't affect your job at all, even if you're
So-
cheating on somebody.
Well,
so
Yeah,
I think
okay.
part of the story too is that like if she ended things, but he was still sending her like lewd things, like doing workout, or not
I
doing
don't know.
workout. But,
I don't know
I
if
don't know.
any of that part has been like confirmed. Like the Celtics have been pretty tight-lipped with this shit. All they said initially was a consensual relationship, possibly occurring at the workplace, which I get it, from an HR standpoint, but
they would have said they would
I
have
don't
led
know.
with that. They would have led with
Yeah.
that.
So I'm gonna say because they are coworkers, almost every business that I'm aware of, they all have clauses in your, I guess, your work contract about fraternizing with fellow
That's true. I
employees,
just went to this
especially
too. Yeah.
especially when the levels are different. So if someone's at a high level, like a coach or manager, and you're dating someone that's like, you know,
If
what they consider not to be on the same level. So someone that's like just a general worker, general engineer, cashier, server, that type
But
of thing. Usually that's frowned upon, and in some cases can get you fired.
Prodigy
if
breaks
you're-
down, but yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say usually again. Obviously, I'm not in Massachusetts. There may be some local laws over there, but
But hold on,
usually,
let me preface it for you. Prodigy has a degree in this, so anyway, keep going.
yeah, usually what we're talking about is a case of it being a direct subordinate, meaning you are the manager director and that person directly reports to you. You sign their time cards, all of that stuff. If it's someone who is in the mailroom and you're in the operations office and you don't report to the same person, yes, they may have some clauses all about disclosing that, but typically it's not some fireable or suspension type of situation for you two to have a relationship if you don't directly report to one another. That's
So
usually the case.
So I'm gonna drop this for you. So the woman in question, because her name is not dropped, she was allegedly the travel planner for the team who would handle his fiance's travel. So his fiance is actress Nia Long. She handled the travel, finalities for her move to Boston, which is a
Yeah,
direct
That's
relation to him.
well, but
So
that doesn't
I,
sound like she even works for like the basketball team. So
yeah, you'd have to show.
she's a
You would
planner for the team.
you
She
would
works.
literally have to show me though. And again, I'm not defending, someone cheating on their spouse or whatever, but you would literally have to show me the org chart to show me that she reports to him, and then I'd be on the same page. But if it was consensual and nobody reported to each other, then this seems like a huge kind of overstep.
yeah, I don't see how a planner would be in the direct chain of command of like a coach because we have everybody has planners out there if you have a corporate gig anyway, and they're nowhere near your chain of command. Like I'm not in fucking travel, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
but she directly handled his fiance's travel
That-
and her move to
that
Boston.
that doesn't matter. Like I can have somebody that's if I go travel and I wasn't in a committed relationship, I could date the person who was doing my travel shit. It doesn't matter because she's not in my direct. I'm not her boss. She's not my boss. She just fucking coordinates where I'm supposed to go.
And let's be perfectly real. We're trying to act all high and mighty. Every fucking day, you could go to almost any large corporation. People hook up. They do.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's par for the fucking course in terms of adults, consensual. Again, not talking about assault, not talking about anything nefarious or whatever. People hook up at work all the time.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna say this. Personally, I don't give a fuck who this dude is fucking. Like it's I like Nia Long. It sucks that he cheated on her with the staffer. But the fact that this dude is suspended or whatnot, and Brett Favre is at home watching fucking Thursday Night Football after stealing millions for years, pales in
That's
comparison.
what they asked.
Because this dude stole millions from people who were basically needy, who needed this money, and he took it so he could build. He wanted to build a volleyball court for his daughters or some shit. So
He literally stole food from people to build a fucking volleyball court.
Yeah, so and people were like glossing over this fact, like he stole from potentially thousands, if not tens of thousands of people, and everyone. The thing that keeps getting blasted in my face is this coach who fucked the travel planner, cheating on Nia Long. I'm like, I don't care. What
You're
about
right.
these people that lost out on like um, their supplements, their way of life? They
Yeah.
could have lost people because they lost access to either healthcare or even food, basic stuff.
Well, the
I,
the other thing that's really important to point out with Brett Favre. Sorry, Blue, but the other thing that's really important with Brett Favre, he's made hundreds of millions of dollars. He's not somebody who couldn't afford to write a fucking check if he wanted to out of his own fucking pocket and just say, "Here you go, Mississippi State or whatever the fuck school in Mississippi it was. I want to make a donation to this school because my daughter plays volleyball there. Build a volleyball stadium." He could have done that any day of the week.
No, he worked with a senator of that state to misappropriate funds to build something for the school there.
Yeah.
And
like,
he hasn't been indicted, he hasn't been cited, he hasn't been nothing. He's at home drinking his Mickeys and like talking to people about Thursday Night Football. Yeah, maybe he might be a little scared, or maybe somebody will come after him, but probably not for a couple months. While this other guy, he's suspended for sticking his dick in the company Inc. Pretty much.
You think Brett Favre? You think Brett Favre was hanging out with John Gruden?
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure if they're not at the same place, same time, they're on video chat.
He's like, I sure did steal from them.
Don't forget too. If we're talking about Boston, the biggest story from a sex scandal standpoint, when I think of Boston, is Robert Kraft, the fucking owner for the goddamn Patriots. That motherfucker loves to go to massage parlors, loves to go fucking get his fucking meat yanked.
Did he get caught for that too? Like, was there like an FBI like raid and shit? I thought that he was going there.
Did they suspend him as well? He got suspended because he was doing it in a whole nother state.
How you gonna suspend an owner?
Yeah, he ain't suspended for shit, man. He still owned the team.
That's like if I own something, you're like, I'm gonna suspend you from the thing you own. It's like, nah, that's not how this works. You're fired.
Yeah,
Osborne got kicked out of his company in Spider-Man, so maybe.
the NFL can do things where they can bar him from going to like.
You know how hard I spent for this.
But he's an owner, so I don't know.
They didn't do shit. They swept that thing under the rug. You had to remember that he's a motherfucker that loves to get Asian masseuses to fucking yank his fucking meat and shit.
And
come on.
Is he married too?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
He's probably on his fifth wife.
A shriveled little white dude with millions of dollars, they're always going to be married.
People need to stop doing that. If you're a millionaire, stop getting married, you dummies. Stop it. I saw that Mackenzie Scott, what's his name, his ex-wife, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, the richest woman on the planet. She just got her second divorce. I'm just like, yeah, stop doing it. You got like $47 billion.
Yeah, no shit. But you know what though? She gonna end up with Future. Future gonna bag her. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's gonna happen. I'm making a prediction. Negrodamus is gonna be back.
How do you know Future wasn't already all up in it back in the day? You don't even know. Future might have already hit it and quit it.
He might have, man. He gonna get that money.
A little comment I was going to make about the coach thing is I kind of wonder if it kind of plays on the color of their skin, like how things are playing out differently. Or Brett Favre, he scanned millions of dollars from people, while this black coach got a little frisky one night and had sex with somebody, and like he's damn near about to lose his job, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's, I will say this, unless there's more information that we just don't fucking know yet, it seems highly suspicious. Again, when you as the organization are saying this is a consensual relationship, and it looks, I could be wrong, but it looks like there's no reporting relationship. I'm like, I don't fucking care. You know, go bang whoever you want, Courtney along, but you know.
It kind of made me think of like what happened to Aziz Ansari,
bad.
where he went on a date with a girl and it went bad, and she basically threw his name through the mud and like fucked up his whole career, and it just turned out to be just a bad date.
Yeah, that was Aziz Ansari. He had that shit.
Yeah,
I think they had sex too, and it was just bad, and so she tried to destroy him.
She really did. Well, not only that, but she, like, at least according to that story, it sounded like she, not completely, but half-ass instigated it in terms of like they both were, you know, flirting and feeling each other, and like, you know, you go back to someone's room, and yeah, okay, maybe you have bad first sex. Okay, it fucking happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, you can't trust these folks for nothing sometimes. You know, not even the groupies.
What do you mean sometimes? You don't trust nobody.
Hoes ain't loyal.
God dang. Damn.
All right.
All right, where y'all want to go?
I would like to go somewhere. So I finally got to watch some more of The Sandman.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
I watched,
shit! I thought you finished it.
No, I didn't finish it. I've been, dude, so much shit happened. But,
Okay.
I just finished episode 6, or maybe 7.
Oh,
I think I'm in
yeah.
the middle of 7.
Yeah, well
Episode
done.
6, the one about death. That is one of the best episodes of anything that I've seen ever.
Oh yeah,
They did that. So they did that chapter so much
That
fucking
full circle.
justice.
Yeah, they did.
What did you guys think about that episode?
So for me, that was like, I'll have to say that was one of my favorite episodes too, because like I remember from the audiobook how it was gonna play out, but just the way that like the actress that plays Death just handles everything, and like them kind of going around, it actually made me feel comfortable about dying. Like seriously, like the way like, oh yeah, like you die, but guess what? Like you kind of move on. Like there's another part to it, and I don't know. I feel like looking at this show and listening to the audiobook and have them talk about death versus like what the Bible and stuff talks about, like the comics a little bit more entertaining about how death plays out, basically.
Seems more tolerable.
Yeah, like there's no fiery pit waiting for you on the other side. Like,
well, there could be.
I don't know.
There was at one point.
I mean, there is Lucifer. Lucifer is in Sandman, so
and
I guess there is.
There's a hell there. I mean,
yeah, there's a hell. And there's heaven, because like in the second Sandman, we talked. They go into a little bit of that.
The third one,
yeah, I mean, it was a great episode. Yeah,
dude, I concur. That fucking shit was amazing. I loved how she has the wings and whatnot, but you don't really see them, and she's there like holding people's hands, and they're like, "Hey, you know, it's not time. I want to say such and such to my wife," and she's just like, "It's time," and she's very fucking comforting. But they know this is final. You can't fucking fight it, but you need to be at peace with this being the end. And I was like, God damn, it's fucking beautiful. I like the actress that they chose.
Yeah.
I had never seen her in anything else.
Dealing.
Yeah, man, she's bad. She's bad as fuck. And then I just like her approach to that fucking role. Like, usually you think of death as being like really scary or Grim Reaper stuff. And it's like, nah, it's just this nice looking black woman that's holding out her hand saying, you know, it's time. Yeah. You know, come with me, baby. You know, and I'm like, all right, fine, let's go.
The scene that got me was the infant when she walks.
Oh yeah.
Home, and when the
that
lady
that one made me cry.
And she's just like, all right, baby, you know, she's like, hey, love, I'm gonna go get you some food. I'll be right back. As soon as she leaves, she's like talking to her. Death is talking to her brother, and she just reaches in, pulls out the baby. It's like, all right, it's time to go, little one. I'm like, she just snatched the baby. She just snatched out the baby, and then she walks out of the flat, and then the mom, you can hear the mom scream, and then they're like walking away. I'm like, oh fuck,
that shit was deep.
I was fucked up. And what fucked me up is that the beginning of the episode, they basically tell you that this is a filler. They're like, because he's like, I don't know what to do. Like, Sandman's like, I don't know what to do. I completed my task. Now I'm just like looming around. That's when his sister pops up. She's like, "Well, why are you moping?" He's all, I did what I needed to do." And then she reminds him, "There's still stuff you need to do." But he was like aimless, and she's like,
Was also
"You need to get
what
on."
was also funny was that like she's like it's almost like it was almost like a ride along. She's all, well, why don't you come hang out with me at work? Like come do a
Mhm.
little ride along with me. Like
Sure
like she's a
did.
police officer and shit.
And he did, and his sister helped him get back on track.
Oh
He's
yeah.
like, okay, now that I've completed one task, now I know what to move on to. But the episode before that, that one fucked me up. That was the one that
Oh,
went from like a 50s like kind of
mm.
sitcom to like Hellraiser.
In the
Like
diner.
like Ford, yeah. The
Yeah,
diner,
Oh,
that
the
shit
guy
was
who
fucked
doesn't
up.
die.
dude, that shit was fucked up. I was like, God dang. And it's fucked up is like I really like David Thewlis, and I think he
Oh,
did an amazing job where he talks very little, and he kind of sets the ball rolling, and then the rest of the episode he just sits and watch everything unfold, and then when he's
yeah, like
confronted at the end, he explains like I didn't do this. You guys, this is how these people really feel. I just set the path, and you guys followed it.
well
I
he
didn't
did he basically took away their ability to basically
to
like each
lie.
other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit was
Really.
wild though.
But
But he's
it was crazy because you kind of didn't realize what he was controlling everybody because he was just sitting there just watching and he
yeah,
never says anything, never say a
drinking his
word,
tea.
anything like that. Yeah.
He was drinking his tea. I think he had a sandwich or some shit.
Well, he
He
kept
just
clutching his ruby, so you
Yeah.
oh yeah, that too. Yeah, but he just sat there in his booth. He moved like once to the bar, but he doesn't say anything the rest of and like everything just kind of train wrecks very
The
slowly.
the shit that got me on that fucking episode was the guy who was all fucking nervous about his job interview, and then he
Oh
goes over
yeah.
and he meets like the Asian woman and whatnot, and
The
she's like a
CEO.
CEO executive.
CEO and the it's the president and CEO. One's
Yeah.
the president, one's the CEO.
And she's just like, all right, we're doing this job interview here. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Where's this going?
yeah, no
And
shit.
then-
Where it went, it was like, oh, all right.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, obviously
I knew
it's
where it
been
was
out a few
going. I
weeks,
read-
so spoilers, but they eventually start fucking, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then killing and all this stuff. I was like, God damn, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, it went
What?
from I'm not satisfied at home. I hope you have a good cock. I hope you can fuck. And he's like, all right. And he just goes to town. And then they're like, oh, let's plot to kill my husband pretty much right
No,
after.
that was the other trip. The husband, who was like in an unhappy marriage, he was just like, how about I get the cook's
No,
cook's
hold on.
cock and start fucking him?
The
I was
part
like,
with the
what
cook, the part with the cook fucked me up because when
Oh,
when
yeah.
that chick was so thirsty for that dude.
The waitress.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
he was like, oh, wait for you to go to bed when I'm over watching the movie, and I go upstairs and fuck your son, and sometimes I let him fuck me. I was like, whoa, what the
Oh,
fuck is
yeah.
going on here? I was just like,
Yeah,
dude.
at first
And then later-
when he says
Well, and they
when he
said
says he
was
goes there and
21.
like
yeah,
yeah. When he said he goes there and fucking son, I was like, oh, this guy's a fucking pedophile. He's got to
Yeah.
fucking die.
Yeah, I
But he
was
says
like,
his
oh,
son's an
all
adult.
bad.
Okay.
I panicked too. I'm like, dude, this dude's fucking her. I'm thinking her son's like fucking 8 or something.
I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like, I need
And then he-
adult. I need an adult.
And then he said, no, I sometimes let your son fuck me. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, oh, he's grown. Because she talked about her son being 21 or 22. I'm like,
Yeah, I was
okay.
man.
Ooh. I was like,
Bruh,
okay.
well, how about everybody was lying and pretty much everybody was bisexual in that shit?
Yeah, no
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
Giant
man.
fucking orgy scene. But my one problem with that entire scene is the black man's fucking wig. Like, come on, Hollywood. We gotta stop. We gotta stop. This guy's he's the CEO of a fucking company and his hair looked like that. Like not the fact that his hair was like in braids or whatever. It was just a horrible wig. Like how it is with all kind of like black wigs. They're always really bad. They should have made this guy fucking clean cut or like just have the guy use his natural hair. Like if he's balding, fuck it. Let him be balding. Like just use his fucking natural hair. Stop with these bad fucking wigs.
It is good.
But other than that, great fucking episode though.
Also, so let me go back to the death episode because it wasn't just a death episode. Because there was like it was kind of like split in two. The first half was about death, and the other half was about not dying.
That's right.
With Hob Gadling, and I thought that was like a really
Yeah.
cool story of like the guy. Just imagine some drunk guy at a bar, and he's just like basically he doesn't believe in death, and he's sitting there half drunk. Oh yeah, I don't think you have to die. It's just people just do it because they're told to do it, and then Death and Dream are just watching him like,
Dream.
oh really? Okay, so you don't want to die? all right, so Dream walks up and he just says, if you don't want to die, then fine. Like, just meet me here in 100 years and we'll talk about it. So 100 years later, he comes back and he's like, who the fuck are you? Like, why am I still alive? And then it was interesting, like, seeing him, centuries later and, like, seeing,
Go through
like,
shit.
his ups and downs in life. And it was just, like, really, really interesting. I thought that was, because, like, just imagine if you couldn't die, like, what would happen to you, you know?
Well, the thing that I
Well,
loved about
I
that,
could
and
really
that was a great part. It was kind of like he kept calling Death's bluff in terms of, I still want to live. It's been 100 years. I'm
Yeah.
still fucking
Mm-hmm.
got more to fucking do. I'm either rich, I'm poor, whatever the fuck it is. I've lost my family, but you know what? I still want to fucking live. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And that's that human nature shit that I loved about that episode. And it kept going. They went from like the 1400s or some shit
Yeah.
all the way to like modern times.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn, that's a trip at the same pub in England,
Same.
right?
Yeah.
apparently there's a pub that's even older. I guess the oldest pub is still in the same spot, and it's been there since like 90 AD or some shit like that. Something super early,
Damn.
and it's still there. I guess I think it's in Scotland. It's in Scotland or England or something, but it's been there for fucking centuries.
But
Centuries.
what's also kind of cool about that scene was that like this guy he asked Morpheus or Dream like, hey man, like I understand why you always come, like I mean like your only friend and such, and Dream was like, fuck you dude, like I don't need you,
Yeah.
I don't need your basic bitch shit. And like Dream's like, I'm not gonna come any fucking more. But then like he gets captured, and then eventually once he comes free, like he actually goes back to the pub, and the pub is fucking closed, like it's been shut down, it's all boarded up.
It's going to be
And then like
condos.
yeah, it's gonna be turned into condos, but he sees like spray paint on there with like an arrow, and he follows the arrow and he goes, there's a new pub, and he goes to the new pub. Homeboy is there. He's like, hey, you're late, and he just sits down. And he just chit chat. And I think that what's so cool about it too is the guy like talks, like he goes over his life story of how things going, and like Dream, that's his friend. Like he comes to admit that he enjoys talking to this guy, even though he was like high and above like humans because he's a endless. And like he just basically made a friend that he can hang out with and have a drink, which is kind of cool.
I'll tell you what's embarrassing, but also hilarious. So Kay walks in and she looks and she sees Sandman, and she goes, "Are you watching Twilight?"
Oh,
I
damn.
was like, "Damn, bro."
Yeah, damn. You
He is
like that?
he is a bit pale.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh man.
he has a vampire tan. Like seriously.
He does. He does.
So yeah, the oldest bar in the world is Sean's Bar, and it is in Ireland, and it was established in 900 A.D. And what's sad about it is like I'm looking at the bar, and it's like the font for the bar is like new. I'm just like, ew. Like it should be like kind of oldie timey, At least it's not even like ye old letters. It's like Sean's Bar, and like I don't know. It's like some modern fucking font. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm pretty because they got to be up to code. They can't have cobblestone falling on people.
Well, no, but I mean, just don't. I mean, at least keep like the old timey fucking words.
No, they're
Yeah.
probably inside the bar. I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe.
They're like hanging up or something. But that's still pretty cool. And it's funny because I guess that's older than the bar that he went to because I think it starts in 1370 something in Sandman. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. It just keeps going.
It's funny.
Actually-
Like one of the other oldest taverns in the world is called the White Horse Tavern, but it's in Rhode Island.
Oh shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was established in 1673.
Damn. Yeah. That's some awesome shit though. Like just fucking old bars, fucking staying alive and shit. And I guess the thing that gets me with fucking Dream, he seems otherworldly. You know what I mean? Like there's no
Yeah.
scene that he's in where you're just like, oh, that's just a regular human. No, he looks and sounds fucking not necessarily godly, but just foreign and alien to whatever's going on. You know what I mean?
Well, the shit that tripped me out was that so I listened to Sandman Volume 2 on the audiobook for it. I was like, oh, I wonder who the actor who does the voice of Dream, if he's like done other voice work stuff. And I looked him up, and I was like, oh shit, it's the guy that plays Professor X in the X-Men Origin movie, like James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, I did not know that. I've listened to hours of this show or audiobook, and I didn't realize that it was him because he doesn't like his voice and accent. He doesn't sound the way he normally does. Like he does a really good I guess, voice of Dream. Like it's very deep and slow, and just it has a bit of an accent, but it's like he does a really good voice. Like you got to listen to the audiobook. He does a really good job of doing the voice of Dream.
Yeah, the audiobook is more star-studded than the actual show, which is kind of crazy.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah, right.
By a wide margin.
Still,
Yeah.
but still, the show's
I mean,
really good.
Kate Jenner's is in it.
Yeah. I'm not taking anything away from the show at all, but just there are a bunch of like lesser known actors. That's all. But they all do a fantastic job. So
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So Cronus, you're not finished with the show.
not yet.
There-
No.
Me,
So,
me
yeah.
neither.
Oh, you're not either, because I think there's 10 episodes.
10 or 11.
Well,
11. Yeah.
Oh,
'cause
there
was an
is
extra one.
11.
Yeah, because
There's an
the
extra
11
one,
dropped.
So
Well,
11's fucking weird, but that was just me.
The one guy who plays the guy with the teeth for eyes, like that's the
Oh,
creepiest
yeah.
shit ever, man. Like holy shit, they did a really good job. I'm not sure if it's the actor who's playing that. Actually, the actor that plays that role is actually the guy who does he's the king in Hamilton, I believe.
But wasn't he in Logan?
Was he a
Maybe?
Logan?
He was a
I
reaver,
don't-
right?
yeah,
Wasn't he a reaver?
Yeah, wasn't he the Reaver in Logan?
Yeah.
You mean? I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
It looks like that actor. That's
But
one
yeah,
I
if you
should-
watch Hamilton, he's the guy that plays the king that does the song that "You Will Be Back."
Okay.
Let me look that up, make sure.
So I want to quickly do kind of some rapid fire stuff, because I don't think we've all kind of done them. So did everybody watch Day Shift? I know it's been a few weeks. It's been like a month.
Still haven't.
I
You said,
saw it.
"Ah,
I
so
saw
good."
it.
I know. Project's seen it. I don't think Blue. You saw it too, right?
See what? Oh
Day
yeah, I saw
Shift?
these two.
Okay. Kronos is the
yeah.
other one. That's fine.
I've seen
We
it.
haven't we didn't go super deep. We only talked about how we saw it. The other one, me and Blue were the only ones really watching Harley Quinn, because that ended.
Oh man, I finished it.
Yeah, so I think
Goddamn.
you're trying to start it, or season 3 at least.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we didn't talk about Prey. Has anybody seen Prey?
I
Besides
don't
me?
watch Prey.
I heard great. I hear it's one of the best Predator movies since the very fucking first one, but I need to still watch it.
Okay, and so another. What else was on here? Stranger Things 4. I think Cronus is the only one that hasn't finished that one as well.
I'm still behind. Yeah.
Okay, you're behind on like maybe 3 or 4 episodes, so it's not too bad.
Yeah. I'm not behind on.
Cat's
Oh,
Kirk.
shit. She-Hulk.
you're-
I'm not behind on She-Hulk. I'm not behind on.
House of the Dragon.
I am. I missed last week's. Shit.
Okay, that's fine, because a lot of shit happens on last week's episode.
Yeah.
It was
Quick
Got it.
little thing. Jump back to Sandman. So I was wrong. The guy who plays the Corinthian isn't the same guy from the Hamilton. My bad.
okay. Well, that's fine. What was the other one that's on? Oh, Paper Girls. Did you finish? I think you were the only
I
one.
haven't even started that one.
I only
I haven't
watched. I only watched first episode, and I wanted to watch more, but yeah, I need time.
Okay.
Well, then I heard I thought Amazon announced that it was canceling it after
Yeah.
that
It
first
was
season.
the first season's done though.
Yeah,
So,
I should have watched it so
Wait, wait.
they can get one more person.
Did you guys ever watch the animated series of The Boys, the Diabolical or whatever it's called?
I finished Diabolical a little while ago.
Okay, so if you haven't watched it, you at least got to watch the last episode, because I just remembered that it ties into the show, because we get to learn that. So Noir,
Black Noir.
he was the number one hero, and it talks about how Homelander takes over number one spot. So you got to at least watch that last episode,
There's
because
a
it
lot-
really ties into the show.
And they actually talk about it in that second to last episode or whatnot. But that's cool. The other one that was kind of on here, we haven't talked about. I don't know why. I think this is something that Prodigy is trying to champion. Is if this was his doing, is the whole Batgirl film. I don't remember us talking about this. Did we talk about Batgirl being
Well,
dropped?
the I thought we talked about this, but the fact remains that Warner Brothers
They have a
didn't.
bunch of shows.
Yeah, I mean they canceled it. They didn't release it. But the thing that was weird to me was there was never even a fucking trailer for this movie. It was odd that folks got in up in arms. Other than obviously it sucks for the people who made the movie. But I was like, was everybody really looking forward to it, even though they hadn't advertised anything of it?
I mean, there could be fans of the character that before we watched the trailer for X-Men, once they announced that X-Men was coming out, we're all like, "Oh my god, yes, an X-Men movie, let's go!" So it's not out of the realm of possibility to be disappointed that the movie got announced and then canceled.
And
Yeah,
then
I just didn't hear a lot of noise. Like I didn't hear a lot of noise prior. I didn't.
Well, I mean,
So
you're not in the circles that would really. I mean, who do you know that
yeah,
actually likes Batwoman? I mean, to be honest,
It was a bad girl though.
a Batgirl. I mean, either one of the Bat,
oh,
you know.
Bat ladies.
Was it gonna be? Was it gonna be? Well, we already know Batwoman was a horrible movie. That shit fucking flopped. But I mean, it went 3 seasons, but yeah, still flopped.
There were 4
Uh,
seasons.
Didn't
Oh no, 3, it
yeah,
went
Batgirl
3.
wasn't supposed to be a TV series? It's supposed to be a TV series on HBO Max, wasn't it?
No, it was good. The
It was
movie.
gonna be a movie.
The
Oh,
movie was
actually,
going to be released on HBO Max. That's why I was like, okay, this is on HBO Max. I pay my $11.99, $14.99. I might as well. I sat through Zack Snyder's Justice League. I can sit through 2 hours of Batgirl since I already paid the subscription. Why not?
I'm surprised
Fuck it.
that why don't they just put it on HBO Max? That's very odd
They're
to me.
supposed to,
Yeah.
but they canceled that all out. I guess
That's like
it's
canceling a it's like canceling a direct to DVD movie. It's like,
Mhm.
come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, I guess. And
Yeah.
then Prodigy, I got to put you kind of on the spot. You briefly talked about this, but you didn't go super in depth.
Hmm.
I was watching a bit of this. Is this Street Fighter 6?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Street Fighter 6. You brought up the new character, but you kind of stopped about that. There's a lot more going on with Street Fighter 6.
Well, I've seen Kimberly, the new character, a black female fighter, who seems fun. Got some spray paint and all that. And then I saw some clips of Jira. Jira is her name, I think.
I think it's Jury.
Jury, whatever.
Jai.
Who's an established fucking character. I saw fucking bearded Ryu and some divorced dad Ken. But what else was going? What else have you seen with Street Fighter 6?
So what I have seen is that this is an open world game, and you start by creating your own character.
Shut
You
the fuck up, really?
You can,
There's
yeah.
there's a character creator, and what you do is you can train with the other Street Fighter characters. You fight them, and they train you. And I guess you can customize your fighting style based on who you like. And I guess there's a limit on who you can train with, so you can customize your own fighting style. And they have this weird like thing. It's an arcade that you can go to, and your character sits at the arcade, and you fight. You have the classic characters fight each other, so you're basically playing as Ken and Ryu as your avatar in Street Fighter 6.
What?
Yeah, it's fucking weird. I've seen this. I've seen the character builder. I've seen the training sessions that they had. I've seen the new characters. Like there's this whole segment on the new character of Kimberly, because she looks like she's straight out of Jet Set Radio Future, which is
Yeah.
an excellent game actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I saw the character creator. I saw like it was like super weird because it was like you're walking through the neighborhood and you can
Mhm.
like I guess fight people or ask people to train you, because you run in the one that I saw, the person trained with Chun-Li and I think Dalsim and someone else. I remember
Like-
that part.
It's like Pokemon. You just go to different fucking gyms and train with them.
I guess so. So apparently they did this before with another fighting game. I don't remember. Capcom. That's what I'm referring to. Capcom did this before with another fighting game. It might have been Street Fighter. I guess it did okay, but this one they're going all in on the character creation and free roam and this weird fighting tournament on the streets. So
I'm honestly
it's-
surprised that more games don't do this because the Soul Calibur, games, they did it from like almost like the jump. I remember like making custom characters.
Oh,
from-
yeah?
yeah,
sure.
and it was a lot of fun. There was no open worldness to it, but as far as like making your own character, that was pretty cool. And I think that franchise really innovated that space, and like nobody was doing it. Like you couldn't do it in Tekken, couldn't do it in Street Fighter, couldn't do it in any other game. But it was cool as fuck to have your own custom character and Soul Calibur and like play online and stuff. Because basically in that one though, you could just use a kind of like a template, and you could have some custom moves too. But I just use like a Mitsurugi template or Cervantes template and just whoop people's asses.
Yeah,
But
I think that was Soul Calibur 5, because Soul Calibur 4, that was the Star Wars one. That's when they had all the Star Wars characters, which was fucking
And
awesome.
you had to have like it depended on your console though. And it wasn't always
Yeah.
Mhm.
no, it wasn't always Star Wars, right? Because it had one was
No.
Darth Vader, one was Yoda, and then one was like
Everyone had
Link.
no.
Mhm.
Well, so
Yeah.
it was one. Xbox had Yoda, PlayStation had Darth Vader. Both of them had the Apprentice, which was very popular at the time because he was in Star Wars: The Force
Force
Unleashed.
Unleashed. Yeah, great
Yeah,
game.
so you had to beat the game in order to unlock the apprentice, but you can use him. And then later on, as the game, like 12 months later, for each console you can pay, I think it was $6 or $7, and then you can get that character from the other console. And then they sold the game that had like all the characters in it like way later. So, but it was super fun. I still have it on my shelf over here. It was pretty cool.
But in terms of Street Fighter, I didn't know any of that, old ninja. That sounds fucking interesting as fuck.
Oh,
I mean, obviously, when I think of like open world and Capcom, I think more of, and this is kind of open world, not completely, but I think of like Monster Hunter like stuff.
mm.
Um, yeah, I'm curious. I'm fucking curious how they fucking execute. It doesn't drop this year though, right? It's next year, right?
No, this is like I think spring of next year. But yeah, I thought you had watched because Capcom was putting out showcases like each week on how the combat worked, and then how you train, and then the whole like they had showcases on each of the characters for a couple of weeks, and then they showed like traversal through the world and how you train. And there's like you get like your own like I guess like an AI announcer or some shit
Oh shit.
like, yeah, it's like super weird. Like all these crazy shit that's coming to this game. So I was like, I'm very interested. I think a lot of people felt a little fucked over by Street Fighter Five because it was locked to the PlayStation. Um, and then like you had to pay to get other fucking characters and shit. It's fucking weird. So
It was weird. It was weird.
yeah, so like
Do they have all the OG like possibly updated, but OG costumes and shit? Like I can see
there so
Armika and all that.
So I'm pretty sure, just like in Street Fighter Five, there'll be like a shit ton of costumes. Probably one, but you're probably gonna have to pay for them.
Mm.
So like the good ones, you'll probably have to pay. They do seasonal costumes because I was on Street Fighter Five and they had all these like weird like there's like holiday ones that you can buy like costumes and stuff like Flag Day or whatever. And some of them are like I don't know, they were like kind of weird, but they sell them. There's no bundles. You have to buy them individually. At least from what I saw, there could be bundles that I'm
Dude,
not aware of.
Street Fighter could have done this shit like 25 years ago. Like they would have, in terms of like selling skins and shit. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I hate that. I hate that trend though. I'd much rather put time in the game,
mhm.
for whatever than just
Unlock
buy
them.
skins and like because like I have Tekken 7 and this is probably a bad example only because I got Tekken 7. No, it was on Steam because I got it for the Steam Deck. And usually what's cool is if you buy an older game, when you buy it, like it's super cheap and you get like all the DLC and shit as well.
Oh
Mhm.
shit.
And either I didn't notice there was like a all DLC option or it just wasn't there. But like most of not most of the characters, there's a lot of characters that are locked. It's like a whole top row of like at least 8 characters that are just locked, and I'm just like, one of them I want to play because it's like Leroy is one of the ones I want to play. But
Mm,
who's the black guy? The other black guy.
yeah.
The other black guy.
Uh,
But then I got Devil May Cry 5, and
oh,
I got the one with like basically everything for like $30. And so you start the
Mhm.
game and you get like all this extra shit. Like you get like all the arms and you get a bunch of money and stuff. So you start off kind of OP. And you could start off as Virgil too if you wanted to. So that's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
okay.
They call him Virgil. They call him V in that one.
That is Virgil. Isn't that the guy's name?
Yeah. Well, in the game. Well, I won't spoil it. You're still playing it. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, but
Oh,
yeah, I
V's a
mean,
different guy, isn't it? Am I thinking of the wrong person here?
I'm trying not to spoil.
Wait, no, V's the guy with the cane, isn't it?
He's like,
Perhaps.
Okay. Okay.
Perhaps.
yeah.
I'm trying not to say nothing.
All right. I
Uh,
guess I'll play the game. Some more.
um,
But
oh,
yeah.
something else big kind of dropped. Did y'all see this Last of Us live action trailer?
Ooh,
Oh,
boy,
yeah, man.
Damn.
man. Yeah, it was Last of Us Day on Monday, I think. Was that
Oh,
it?
what?
Yeah.
Oh,
This HBO series looks like something special. Like the trailer itself finally dropped. It's like a minute or 2 minute trailer. It has like some direct scenes from the fucking first game. It's is it Pedro Pascal, right?
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean, I didn't necessarily think of him as Joel like when they first did the casting, but I knew he was a talented actor. I think he's gonna fucking knock it out of the park. He's got it. They got the look. They got the look of the snow stuff with the horses. They got the look of like the infected city. They got the look of the clickers and the sound of the clickers. What y'all think?
Yeah, I mean it was crazy because like I felt like that meme of like the what was that guy's name, Leonardo DiCaprio, and it was like ooh, because it's like it was like scene for scene, like all these scenes from like the video game. I was like, oh my god, like I remember doing all these things,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's like hopefully this does well because I think that the way that is it Neil Druckmann, the main writer.
yeah, he's the creative director or whatever. He's the main guy. He's the main guy at Naughty
This is the
Dog.
main guy. Okay, so him, and I know there's a female, I forget her name. There's a woman that she wrote a lot of Naughty Dog stuff. I don't know if she wrote The Last of Us, but I know she wrote a bunch of Uncharted games, and then she did like
Oh, you mean Amy Henning? She wrote the
yeah,
Uncharted.
there we go. Did she also write The Last of Us?
She might have
I,
wrote the first one,
I
but
don't. I thought she was. Well, I'd have to look back. She may have been gone by then, though.
Was she for the
yeah,
original Last of Us?
I can't remember, man. You know what? That was 2013. I don't know. Maybe she was still there.
Yeah, it was a while back. Yeah, it's definitely on. Wow, she worked on Legacy of Kain. That's how long she's been around.
that's her
That was
first. That was her first game.
that was a fucking great game. Great game. Trying to
Yeah.
see.
Okay. Yeah. She left in 2014. Her last one was
Yeah, she
she
was on
worked
Last
a
of
little
Us.
bit on Uncharted 4.
Okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, Neil Druckmann and his team. Still shout out to Amy Henning because she wrote some badass games. Um, they're written like TV shows and movies anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way that there's one. It's one of those few games to where if you have a significant other that doesn't game, they can sit down and watch you play the game and still be entertained.
Yep.
Um, and that's why I think it's going to have a lot of easy appeal to viewers watching this. This video game adaptation just because of the way that it's written. So I hope that it does well, and that way we can get some Amy Henning stuff out there. And because Uncharted, Uncharted I guess is a movie, right?
Yeah.
It didn't do very
Yeah,
well though, did it?
it did okay.
Did okay? I
It
gotta
did
watch
better
it.
than I thought it was going
Did
to.
it?
Yeah, it
Okay,
did okay.
I gotta watch it. But to be honest, like the trailer for The Last of Us looks better than the trailer for Uncharted. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with it. The other thing I'll say is, and I know a lot of gamers, rightly fucking so, I'm on your side,
oh
complained about a remake of a remake with the PS5 version of Last of Us 1. I get it, especially with it charging $70. But you also have to fucking remember that we're old fucks. And if back in 2013, you literally have some gamers that weren't even fucking alive, like little kids that are just now starting to play some games or were babies or toddlers back
yeah.
then. And they hear about the buzz of The Last of Us. Obviously, The Last of Us 2 won a lot of awards. You got an HBO show, you know, and they're like, oh, I want to play this game on my new PS5. Yes, you can play the old PS4 version, but they want to play something shiny and new. It makes sense that they're going to do this fucking remake or whatever, mostly for people who have not played it. If you played The Last of Us on PS3 or PS4, it's probably mostly the same shit, and you probably don't want to fucking pay $70. I get it. Nobody's forcing you to.
Yeah, that's the main thing is that nobody's forcing you to buy this game. Like if you already beat it and you don't want to play it again, then just don't play it again. Let the next generation enjoy this movie. Also, a quick note: Amy Henning actually is a writer on Forspoken, so that's some good news about that
Hmm.
game.
Oh,
I
cool.
didn't know that because
Yeah,
the game looks amazing, but I'm just
yeah, they kept it. I guess they kept it on the wraps, but they just revealed that she wrote Forspoken, and it was announced during D23 that she's doing a game for Marvel, the World War II like game featuring Black Panther, Captain America, and a couple other characters. So that
Interesting.
got announced at D23. She's writing, and she's been working on a very hush hush Star Wars game for
Hmm.
Lucasfilm
hmm.
because she works for Skydance New Media now. So she's been screwed over on a Star Wars game from EA when she was at Visceral. So when they took that apart and she lost that content and it went to Respawn, which gave us Fallen Order, they gave her new projects. So she's working on several projects now. So
Yeah, she's got a fucking name for herself. She's fucking talented. Obviously, Neil Druckmann is talented as shit. I will say my only disappointment with having, I think, Monday's The Last of Us Day. I'm fucking impatient now. It's been 2 goddamn years and shit almost. Where the fuck is this multiplayer? Like, tease it more. Like,
No.
yeah, I need fucking something, because for those obviously who are old fucks like me who remember PS3 and PS4 version of The Last of Us 1, Factions was good. People went hard on that multiplayer mode for years and years and years. So if you're doing a standalone multiplayer in The Last of Us 2 world, I'm fucking down, but fucking give us something. Hurry up and finish it.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Don't say you can't say hurry up and finish it anymore. That's a 2015 term.
Do it well though. Do it well.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is you hurry up and finish it, and you get Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, or
So
Avengers.
I gotta inherit the spirit of Stitch, because he was the one trolling you about there ain't gonna be no fucking multiplayer for this game, and by the time the multiplayer does come out, ain't
Dude.
nobody can play it, and we still have nothing. And the
Dude,
same,
you're
the same
absolutely right.
you were
I
saying about
thought
Capcom and fucking Resident Evil, it's been out for fucking a year, 2 years. It's been a year.
hold on, which Resident Evil are you talking about?
Resident Evil Village was supposed to have a multiplayer component, which they failed to deliver on. It's been pushed back twice,
You're not.
and the
Hold
first
on.
DLC that's coming out is not even out yet.
Yeah, so they did lie about that. I'm not defending Capcom, but at the same time, they had to fucking eat it on the nose for RE3 because the multiplayer was shit for that game. So you're just not getting multiplayer for Village. They're coming out with DLC, I think, later on this year or early next year.
Early next year.
Yeah, which is great. But yeah, I swore that they, maybe in a year we'd finally get Last of Us 2 multiplayer. I didn't know they were going to do the standalone shit, but even with that, they're taking their fucking sweet time with this, because I would think that the fucking, at least the engine, the mechanics from The Last of Us 2 were already fucking, coded and shit. You just needed to do the multiplayer mode, but now they're doing it from the ground up, basically. So
yeah, it's just saying 2023. So that's definitely a year. Oh, it says early 2023.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that could be a 6-month
summer.
span.
Yeah, it's summer 2023. So
well, we still haven't really seen full on gameplay trailer. Like it's pretty hush hush shit still. But I'll wait patiently, Neil Druckmann. You fucking.
To his credit, he was working on the live action show. So
that's true. And it does look incredible. So I'm fucking down. I'll be patient.
And this is an HBO show. It's not. This will probably be really bloody and gritty.
Well, here's the thing too. Like, for folks who don't fucking remember it, The Last of Us had its grisly fucking moments. You know what I mean? Like, there's some brutal ass fucking murders. There's the a scene that implies that someone is going to be sexually assaulted, horrifically. And like, this is not a loving fucking world for the most part. This is some brutal fucking shit. So I don't want them to shy away from any of that.
I highly doubt they will. In fact, I won't be surprised. Based on if you're watching House of the Dragon, it's probably going to go all the way there.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised at all.
Yeah, I'm maybe 2-3 episodes behind on House of the Dragon. I'll try to catch up a little bit later, but go ahead.
A lot of shit goes down. There's a lot of shit. It's kind of jarring a little bit.
Well, since none of us, only one person's watched it. Have any of you guys watched Rick and Morty?
No, I can't watch it. It won't let me watch it.
So it's on HBO. It's on HBO Max, or it's on YouTube, or what? Where do I find it?
I watch it on Hulu. So.
Oh. Yeah, but I watched it on Hulu, and it's not season 6 for me though. It's like fucking season 5.
That's fucking weird as shit. Yeah, I'm definitely getting season 6. But yeah, there's some really good episodes, man. Like the last, I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, but like the Night People is just, the whole concept is ridiculous, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's all bad. I'm just like, dude, why is this not on Hulu? And it's all season 5, and like, where's season 6? And like, there's nothing. I go to the site, and the site
you can watch season 6. You can watch on the Rick and Morty's website.
Oh, okay. So you can watch like
available on there now. Yeah.
Wait, you mean on Adult Swim or something else?
I think it's Rick and Morty on their site. You can actually watch it, season 6.
A
And it's
Rick
only
and
up there for like a couple of weeks, and then they fall off.
Rick and Morty site.
There's a rickandmorty.com.
Okay.
Oh, but it's a game right now. That's kind of weird. It's called Wormageddon.
Yeah, help your character do this, and yeah. Season 6 returns. Oh no, that's something else. Yeah, that's the only thing that's really on here.
Well, they have season 6 on here, but it's like there's a key next to it.
Yeah, it's locked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I got Hulu, so that's how I watch it. I know the first one is on. It's free on YouTube. So
Yeah, it is. First episode. That's all I've seen, and I have Hulu too, and it only shows me season 5. So
that's weird.
it's what's
So-
weird.
You know, I was trying to catch up on this fucking tonight with my son. Sorry, were you guys done with Rick and Morty?
Yeah, as far as we can go.
Yeah. So I'm still fucking behind because I haven't seen the third part of this, but I fucking started sleeping on how fucking great Attack on Titan is. That
Oh, yeah.
that fucking
Yeah.
because I watched part 1 and I hadn't watched part 2 of season 4. You know what I mean? And I was just like, God damn, this shit just is all fucking actions and dream sequence and Aaron doing wild ass God Jesus shit. I just fucking love it.
Actually, hold on. I don't know if I'm caught up. Shit.
Have you seen? There's 3 parts so far of season 4.
I think I watched the first, at least 2 parts. I need to watch. Let me see. I'm pulling up the website so I can look at the episodes. But yeah. Oh yeah, I must have because it was like the originally aired. April 4th of 2022. Yeah, okay. At the end of it,
Don't say nothing. Don't say
okay.
what happens at the end.
Well, can I just say? Can I say rib cage?
Okay, that's fine. That's vague enough.
That's there, right? That's like the last episode.
I think
Pardon me,
I'm
the
not.
last
Even, I'm
one?
not even quite there. I think I'm right on that episode right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I might be on that episode too.
Oh,
I
you're still
didn't.
okay. Yeah.
So I'm on the last episode that they showed for season 4.
But God, it amazes me how good it is, and like I feel jealous of the people who just slammed through and
He's
marathoned.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look at this guy.
He's staying up late.
Yeah, he's like, forget a bedtime.
Hi.
Oh.
Good night.
It's
Adios.
more like he woke up,
Oh.
not he's not going to bed.
That's his first appearance on the show, right?
No, it wasn't. Yeah. Remember that a couple weeks ago, Blue had to sleep on the couch.
Anyway, I just want to say shout out to that fucking show. I'm really looking forward to catching up on that. And it's still just as good as it fucking first was. But I'm jealous of the folks. Like my goddamn son was like marathoning through it. And he's like, oh yeah, this happened, that happened. I was like, damn, that was fucking 6-7 years ago for me. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's hard to remember some of that.
That's why I remember when you first started watching Naruto. I was like, bro, I watched Naruto, a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like I think I watched like all of Naruto in like 2000. I caught up in like 2008. Of like,
yeah.
And then I was like current for like a long time.
Mm-hmm. That's that shit. But like when you marathon, everything is fucking fresh to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one that's just about upon us, early October, I can't remember the exact date. I got a feeling that fucking Chainsaw Man is going to take over the fucking anime world.
Yes, this is what I'm looking forward to as well. Hopefully, it'll pull me back into like watching more anime because just like watching them just like mutilate themselves to turn into weapons, it gives me like a whole like Tokyo Gore Police like vibe to it. Remember that?
Yep.
Remember that shit?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna enjoy this one as well.
Dude, I don't know the characters. I obviously didn't read the manga, whatever. I don't even give a shit. This looks like the action is there. It's weird. You got Chainsaw Man doing his fucking thing. You got evil fucking characters doing the fucking fighting. And it just looks like it's going to be a fucking blast with the fucking action and shit. And like I said, I could easily see this being something that takes over all of the fucking weeb Twitter, for fucking every week.
You know what I'm scared of though is that I hope they don't take the whole what was that badass one about the roaches?
Oh yeah. Terraform Mars.
Terraform Mars. Yeah, so Terraform Mars had all kinds of hype too. People was like, it's gonna be so violent And then the first like 5 episodes dropped, and it was like censor galore. Oh my god, I was so angry at these motherfuckers with that shit.
Dude, they would basically, instead of a 22-minute episode, it would be like 16 minutes.
No, or they would remember they had like gigantic like black bars in the screen.
Yeah,
Like you couldn't even see like literally 3/4 of the screen would be blocked out by a sensor, and I'm just like not even mosaic, just a black sensor bar. And I'm just like, dude,
what are we doing? What are we fucking doing, man?
Yeah,
You know?
I want to see them roaches eat fuck some people up, tear them apart.
Exactly. Could you even imagine if they tried to censor interspecies reviewers? I can't imagine. You know what I mean? You can't do that.
You know what else did that shit? Was Blood Sea.
Yeah, they did. You're right.
Yeah, that shit was dark.
It's hella funny because I was watching Blood Sea on I think it was Hulu, and I was like, why is the screen fucking dark? Like there's this chick reacting to something that I can't fucking see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh shit, this is edited. And I was like, well, what the fuck? So we were like trying to do all this shit, trying to figure out how to watch it. Come to find out, it is uncensored on fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Every episode was on fucking YouTube uncensored. That's what we did. We fucking casted it on the fucking TV, or because we didn't have a smart TV at the time. We just fucking casted it from someone's phone from YouTube, and we just finished it up. But it was fucking weird. I was like, what the fuck?
You used to have to go through hurdles to be an anime weeb.
I guess so, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, Blood Sea was like that's one of the most messed up animes I've seen, of like just like horrific deaths from like demons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fucked up. And it had like this. It had a twist at the end, which I did not see coming for once.
Well, I remember even Claymore. I used to see fucking a whole bunch of censored versions of it. Claymore was fucking good, but like uncensored is just always fucking better.
Claymore's on Hulu now, but I couldn't. Stand, Claymore almost made me fucking rage quit because I couldn't. Annoying kid.
There's a game out that's basically a love letter to like Claymore and Berserk. I think it's called like Soulless or something like that.
Okay.
Is it Soulless?
It's wild.
I can't remember. No, it's not Soulless. It's something like that though. It's just it looked pretty good.
I'm gonna have to check that fucking shit out. What you playing on that Steam Deck?
Playing I just said it earlier. Devil May Cry 5.
Oh, okay.
So I just started playing that a little bit. Everything it just works so well on it, you know. It's a Steam Deck verified one, so everything just like works perfectly, and it runs like you expect like a PS4, to play. Graphics and all. It's pretty amazing. And the fact that I can, what I think one of the coolest things about this is that something that the PlayStation and the PlayStation Plus and our PlayStation Portable and Vita did not capitalize on, nor any other handheld device with a desktop counterpart, is that I can literally download a game on my Steam Deck and I can play it on my PC.
Nice.
And like so, if you had, so I already had like a bunch of games on Steam anyway, and like they're available to me on for free. I mean, because I already bought them. So anything you buy on Steam, you could probably play on your Steam Deck. If it's not, there's probably workarounds to it, or you can just check for like the verified thing on there, or you could just play it on your PC. And it's really cool to have access to like 2 different levels of fidelity and controls and all that stuff, using one single pay path.
That fucking sounds awesome, actually. Now, I got a question. You were saying something about this is the perfect time to buy it, but it'll be ready several months down the road. You still can't retail buy it, right?
No, but that actually might be pretty soon because they keep knocking down these the windows for when you should hope to get it. So they keep improving their manufacturing process.
Good.
And now they're saying that everybody that's because before, like y'all know me, it took over a year to get mine, and I signed up day one, so it took over a year. But now you can. They said anybody like about a month or so ago, they said like if you ordered it this year, you're going to get it this year. And now they're basically saying that anybody that's ordering right now and before this point, you're going to get it by the end of the year. And so
that's pretty good.
Yeah, and so what they're hoping is hopefully soon they'll be able to drop these in stores so you can physically buy them. If you went to like the Tokyo Game Show, what was really cool is that they had some of the game stations. They had the Xbox next to the PlayStation, next to the Switch, and next to the Steam Deck. And
Nice.
so this is like the first time in like a really long time since the fucking Xbox that we're getting a new challenger to like the big three.
Yeah.
Because before it was Sega and Nintendo and Neo Geo sort of, but not really because it was way too expensive. TurboGrafx 16, TurboGrafx
Yeah.
16, that's the other one, but didn't really it fell off. And then it was just Nintendo and PlayStation for like the longest time until Xbox, and we
Yeah.
had the Dreamcast, but yeah,
Well, but the other thing I will say with your Steam Deck, like when you hold it in your hands for the first time, that's when you become like a believer. Like when I think you were over at my place and you were like, you said, "Hey, hold this," and I was like, "Oh, okay, now I get it." You know what I mean in
yeah,
terms of how it feels and how the grip and all of that other stuff. I think that once people hold it, even at a demo, you know what I mean, at a retail place,
yeah.
I think it'll become more real to them, and I think they'll want to buy it immediately.
This is the best thing, honestly. This is the best thing to happen to PC gaming in like probably 20 years, in my
Wow.
opinion. I thought, I really enjoyed the way that VR comes up and it still keeps coming up, but VR still isn't there yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want it to be like really bad, but it's not. It has not touched the mainstream yet. This Steam Deck, the way they're selling like hotcakes and the way that like there's hardcore PC gamers who are just like this thing is amazing. This
Mm,
this is replacing some people's gaming rigs because it's just like
nice.
this works just works fine. Like I don't need some $5,000 rig to play.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong, it's cool to do that. And even this is the cool thing though is that if you're already on Steam, you have a $5,000 rig and you get this, you can just take all the shit you have on Steam, on most of it anyway, and take it to go. And it's got
Yeah.
cloud save, so if you play it on your you play it on your your rig at home, and then you want to take it to go, you just cloud sync it and you just start off where you were when you're on the go, and vice versa. If you're playing on the go, you cloud sync it again, and you can just pick up where you were at home on a
There you
different rig.
go. Yeah. No, it fucking it seems like the shit, man. I'm down to fucking try this shit, and I'm not a PC guy, but that portability and that fucking library, I was like, all right, I'm sold.
Yeah, I mean, that's
I-
the cool thing is that you don't need to be a PC guy to do this. Like out of the box, it's gonna work for for most people. It's gonna play just like a normal console experience. But if you like to tinker around and shit, it's even more perfect because you can just switch over to Linux and do some other. You can do all kinds of crazy shit on there. You could emulate basically anything known to fucking man before like the PS3. You can get everything on there. It's just an emulation machine. So, and you can't get that anywhere else.
Can I fuck around and go on like a website and
Yeah,
like watch some Netflix and bullshit too?
you can go. It's a normal PC. You can go to Pornhub if you want. Hentai Haven, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All it's, I mean, it's a normal PC. You just got to if you just hold down I think it's the power button, and you just say switch to desktop, and you just switch over to the desktop, and it's a
See?
normal PC, or it's a normal Linux PC. It's not Windows. So
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
well, I was gonna say, did you get Game Pass on it?
not yet. That's on the list because there are some games I want to play that are because I think Halo Infinite is one of the ones that
Halo
I
Infinite
want to play.
is on there. There's also this new one that they were hyping up, but I guess it just came out called Grounded, the
Yeah,
four player Honey I Shrunk the Kids
it was in beta for
type
a
game.
while.
Yeah, so I guess it just recently came out, and I'm just like, I was looking at it, I'm like, this seems interesting, but I want to see gameplay. And I know it's 4 player co-op, which apparently you don't get a whole lot these days. It's usually 3 player co-op. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, one
And
cool. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we don't get a lot of like 4 player co-op, and it looks cool because you're like in someone's backyard as like a kid, and you're like an inch tall. So
Yeah, you got shrunk down. And what's cool, it's like I think it's Obsidian Games. Some of
it
those
is.
makers, yeah, it's like that's who made it, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
it's like
city made.
yeah, so it's like super RPG heavy. And so
Hmm.
if you're used to like Skyrims or Elder Scrolls, whatever, it should be a little bit more easy to play. The only thing I heard that sucked about it was like that you have limited inventory, but it was in beta for like a really long time.
It was in beta for a year,
Yeah,
and they actually allude to it on Game Pass about we're finally out of beta. We're finally released. I was like, oh shit. So it looks interesting. Also, what's on there is Deathloop. Deathloop is
yeah.
on Game. and apparently with new weapons, and I guess forthcoming. I don't know if the new content is on there, but they're supposed to get new content in addition to the original game. So
It's the blackest game to come out in a long time. I'm just saying. Play that loop.
for real.
Yeah.
So
Did I got
I'm with it.
I've owned it for a few months. It's just been in my fucking backlog. I need to start playing that one. I hear great things.
The first time we start playing, you hear like the voice actor. He's like, "Oh, all right." it's fun just to hear somebody black, like really black, in a game, and it's not like
Mhm.
it's not like a super stereotypical like black dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're assassin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you don't know what the fuck is going on. So
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, it's pretty funny, especially like the banter between like you and like this other lady. It's really funny.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking down. I'm gonna definitely play that if I could finally tear myself away from Destiny 2. God damn it.
Oh yeah, and then also what's supposed to drop day one on Game Pass is the game we've been talking about, the Rick and Morty created game. Fuck. Uh,
High on Life.
yes, High on Life. Day one Game Pass game.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, dude, I'm gonna be all over that game. That's like early December, excuse me, for this year. So that for me, that's a must play. So it looks fun. It looks crazy. I don't know if there's multiplayer though. It looks like so far I've only seen single player campaigns. So we'll see.
Yeah, I might be down to fucking try that out. We'll fucking see. But I will say this too. In terms of free games, Multiverses continues to fucking add
Oh shit.
fucking characters and shit, man.
Forgetting about
Rick,
People,
this one.
Rick is coming now, right?
yeah, like the number of characters, obviously non Disney, non Marvel, but it feels like damn near anything else. You know what I mean? And non Nickelodeon. They could just add anything to this, and I'm fucking down. It seems like this is going to have some strong legs to it for a long fucking time because
I would
people love it. Go ahead.
so. I hope so. I hope so for DC that this and Warner Brothers and that this is a good hit. I mean, people are liking it. It's funny to me that you can play a Spike. You can play as a Gremlin. It's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah. I will say this too. Aren't we like a week or two away from fucking Gotham Knights?
Uh,
no. We're a month away.
Or did that get pushed?
yeah, it's about a month. It's
October 21st.
yeah.
Oh, okay, mid October.
It's the same day as Modern Warfare, and like some other big movie, right? Oh, so
Ooh.
Modern Warfare, Gotham Knights, Black Adam all come out that day.
Okay. I mean, I here's the thing. Modern Warfare is still going to be a fucking juggernaut. I was planning on skipping this year, unless you got really good zombies, then I'm fucking right back in.
Zombies is always fun.
I fucking love it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know. I don't think they're doing zombies this year. I think there's rumored to be a raid in Modern Warfare.
I mean, you are you buying it? Are you buying it? For
Yeah,
sure?
I'm probably. I skipped the last two. I know you guys. I think you guys bought the not
I bought
Vanguard.
Cold War, the
Yeah,
one
Cold
before last. I bought
Yeah,
Cold
so
War was great.
I skipped Cold War. I skipped
Oh,
Vanguard.
yeah.
I was waiting for Modern Warfare 2.
I think
So I don't get this.
the Cold War zombies was like was on a whole different level. That shit was that shit was fun. I played
So
that.
I got to play it when it was free. 'Cause we squatted up. There was the
Yeah.
three of us.
Yeah, that shit was good for a hot minute, and they kept adding content, which I fucking loved. So that's my shit more than PvP. But we'll fucking see. Let me know how good it is, and especially these new person modes, right?
Yeah.
I don't
So
think that's gonna last very long. Yeah.
Stitch played. He said he loved third person. He said he liked it. It was pretty cool. He said it worked well. So it'd be cool if he was here to like give a review, but we have to jog him a little bit more so we can get more detail out of him about the third person. But he liked it a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll fucking see. And did we talk about these giant leaks for all these games like GTA?
Yeah, I think that
Oh yeah, we
did we
did.
talk about we talked about last
Yeah, we
week.
talked about it.
Yeah. What I do like a quick update though is that a lot of game developers are showing like their early footage of games, so idiot gamers can understand like the progress it takes to like build a game.
Yeah.
because people think that they build the graphics first, and it's like no, that's not how that
Mm.
works, like at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, you wireframe, you do as minimal as possible. You get your functionality first, graphics are usually last. I mean, yeah, sometimes they work in tandem, but you need to have your mechanics. You got to be able to have your objects move and respond within the environment that you create. So that takes time. That's just not easy. I mean, if y'all really want to know, study fucking math, learn how objects move in 3D space in the digital realm, then come back and complain.
I'm gonna even add on some other shit to you. Just like for TV and fucking movies, the sound design is equally as
Oh,
important.
Yeah.
If you don't have
especially
like a good soundtrack, or when you punch or punch a fucking glass window or whatever, like the shattering sounds realistic and it sounds in sync or whatever, all those fucking little things add to a great game. And if you don't have good sound design and good music and a good score and whatnot, that fucking detracts from the game. And when you see that early fucking development footage with no fucking sound and shit, it's gonna of course feel like shit or
But
look like shit and sound like shit.
but I gotta say, even what like we saw, it still looked pretty good. Like
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really cool. It seems to be like a Bunny and Clyde type deal going on, which is I'm all for
Sure.
it. Let's do it. And then like when they were robbing like the restaurant, oh, that was like
Mhm.
really neat. Even though you could tell it was like placeholders for stuff and like graphics are all like messed up, but it still looked really cool to like have to like basically herd these cats while trying to rob them because you know
Yeah.
you didn't want them to get away. You didn't want the person to call the police. You had to make sure to like keep a gun on some people so they wouldn't run. I thought that was like really cool like mechanic.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll say this: if they let me make a fucking character or whatever, you know what I'm gonna fucking do? I'm gonna make a fucking Machiko from Machiko and Hatchin, like that Afro Brazilian chick.
Yeah.
You know, she was super fucking gangster and shit. Nobody could tell her nothing. She was shooting at folks and riding off with her scooter. If they let me make a character, that she would be perfect for GTA.
If you want to make a character, you need to get Saints Row because that's hands down it's the best character creator out so far. Like seriously, like by a fucking country mile.
Okay.
So I'm looking at this report, and it looks like it's all been pretty much confirmed that there will be a raid, several raids over the 2 year life cycle of Modern Warfare 2. Apparently, the raids are 3 people, but they will be like Destiny style kind of raids.
How come
And
somebody? Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's cooperative PVE puzzles that'll be in the core tenet of the franchise iconic zombies modes and seemingly being carried over to Modern Warfare 2 via the raids. So I guess they teased the raid in the and I guess there's a trailer or something. And they teased the raid, so they squeezed out some of this information. But raids are coming to Call of Duty, so
You know what's crazy to me is that I didn't hear a single goddamn soul complaining about Modern Warfare 2 getting re-released.
No.
oh yeah,
Not a
nope,
single fucking person. How much is it gonna cost?
it's Call of Duty. Yeah, oh
Is
that's
it gonna cost
fucking
$70?
Yep.
dude. Oh yeah, dude. People are paying 120 to get the special
Yeah.
edition or the deluxe edition, and when they had the battle pass, you bet your ass everyone paid that $10 to get the battle pass to get and it's mostly skins. There's a
Mm.
couple of like finisher moves, but everything else is skins and weapons. Oh, there's 3 weapons. There are three weapons throughout the pass that you
Folks,
only get to at
folks
first.
have it. I mean, I hate the word, but it has been fucking normalized to have some DLC content that's basically skins and fucking shinier guns. You know what I mean? That are they shoot the same way but look funnier or whatever. Like that's normalized as fuck now in a
Yeah, and
whole bunch of games.
that's all. But yeah, I mean, a lot of companies are doing it. They're making extra money off of that. So people, not only are you spending your 70, but you're spending extra money on all this like literally skins. And some
Mm-hmm.
of these skins they start at $10. Some of them
Yep.
go for 20 for big ass bundles, and people are paying it. So they're ending up spending $200-300 on a game from a year and a half ago that they're just buying skins on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's fucking gonna happen. The other one I would say, because October is a big ass month, I
mhm.
still need to hear more about the confusing ass Overwatch 2, which drops this month.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's supposed to come out soon. I've heard more about Wednesday, the Netflix show, which is dropping November 2nd.
Yeah.
More about that than I have about this Overwatch, and I barely even played the first one. I
Dude, I
spent
fucking I loved it. I loved it, but I'm still fucking confused. But we'll see what happens. Like, obviously, everything, all the Details will be revealed eventually. Y'all want to wrap it up?
Oh, when does that even release? Overwatch 2.
It's in
Next
October, I
month.
thought.
It'll be next month.
Is
Like,
it?
But remember, they're doing that weird shit of closing down the first game that
Oh,
they paid
it's in
for.
a couple of days.
God damn.
oh,
October
damn.
4th.
Damn,
Oh yeah,
that's like
Holy
yeah.
2
shit.
weeks in.
That's
What the
Tuesday.
fuck?
That's like Tuesday, isn't it? It's like Tuesday.
Yeah.
Or Wednesday. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
All right. Well, I guess I'll pick that up. Maybe.
Well,
Uh,
isn't it free to play at
Oh, is it?
first?
Will it be free?
yeah, it should be free to
Yeah, it
play.
is free.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll download it, or, well, no, I'll buy it. I guess. Oh, if it's free to play.
Free buy.
If it's free to play,
Yeah,
I guess
free
I'll
to
just
play.
download it. Then fuck it.
Yeah.
I hate
I
that
mean,
shit though. I want a physical copy. God damn it.
dip,
I want to be old like that.
dip your fucking toe in. Let's see what it's about. Because I fucking played the shit out of the first one, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's free to play. So October 4th, free game. Fuck it. I guess
All
I
right.
pick my system. I guess.
Well, Ninja, what you got populating this week? Goddamn, let's wrap it up.
So people have been talking about this Netflix Dahmer movie,
Oh
and
yeah.
how it's super disturbing and shit. So maybe start my like scary October with this crazy ass movie. I stopped watching American Horror Story like years ago, but they have the anthology series that's running, and I watched kind of one that dealt with necrophilia. It was super fucking weird, but it was still interesting. It was still well acted and whatnot. So um playing some of this playing more Destiny, trying to help Prodigy learn how to jump and get his gear right so we can get through some raids and whatnot, because it still takes us 6-7 hours just to get halfway through one raid. So
True.
doing this kind of stuff. She-Hulk will be out, watching Andor, watching House of the Dragons. I don't think I'm going out of town anytime soon. I'm supposed to be going out of town, but it's probably not going to happen. But yeah, just like doing some local stuff, gaming. Oh, I went back to God of War because I never finished the game.
Oh,
So
what the
I'm
fuck is wrong
playing
with
God
you?
of War.
Jesus Christ.
Because I had to swallow my pride and change the difficulty of the fucking game.
That game
I
is
was
hard as
getting
fuck.
my fucking yeah, I was getting even on normal. I'm still getting my ass fucked. Oh, I fought my first Valkyrie yesterday, and she
Oh, man.
fucked me up. And I was like, dude, this is the first one. I mean, I killed her eventually, but still, holy shit.
Yeah, I
So
played God of War on hard, and it's a lot like anal sex. I guess it just gets easier over
yeah,
time.
so
Yeah, you
me-
get fucked
no,
so much, you know.
so when I went back to the game, there's a level that's higher than hard.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't
There's
play it.
a, there's a god there's a god level.
Yeah, I played it on hard. I'm not going any higher than that because like hard was
Yeah,
like it was like really close to just like 1 to 3, especially when it got to like the fucking Sigrun when I had to go back and like basically get like all the best everything to kill that bitch.
oh
Mhm.
Yeah,
shit, no,
that's
I didn't. No.
yeah. If you want to get the platinum, which
Oh yeah, no.
I suggest that you do. Honestly, it's a fun one to get.
Because I've been skipping a lot of these side missions. 'Cause I was like
That's why you
confused.
can
I'm
go
like,
back.
am I supposed to help these fucking crybabies, or I feel like they're in my way? I'm Kratos. Like I don't give a fuck that your wife is missing, or you need to bury their bones, or you need to find this. I got shit to do.
Some of them give you cool shit though that make you
That's
Mhm.
what
a more efficient killing machine.
that's what I stopped at, and I was like, oh. And so I just got the blades, so
Oh, the
that's
Blades
how
of
far.
Chaos. Yeah. Oh, you're pretty
Yeah,
far. Yeah.
yeah, but I wasn't that far before. I was at I was at my third dragon, and I
Oh
couldn't get
wow.
past because the dragon kept electrocuting the ground. So I kept getting fucked up. So I was pissing me off. So I stopped, and I forgot how to play. And there's no tutorial. Like the way that the game tells you how to fight, it's very. I feel like it's lacking. So I was like, how the fuck do I do this shit?
I,
How the fuck do I even fight?
I had this idea, and I'll keep saying on this podcast. A developer steal the idea for free. I'm not gonna ask you for any money about this, but I've said it multiple times on this podcast. Put in a goddamn mode where it just gives you a refresher on how to play the fucking game. All right,
So
just like
Gears of War 5 does it.
just real quick.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. I'm like, fuck, this isn't Gears of War 5. Because Gears of War 5 literally has a training ground. You can go to the training ground and it covers every single, like, all the action stuff and a little bit of advanced movement. It's
Yeah, that's
very
all we need.
and you can quit at any time. When you're just like, oh, yeah, I remember this. Boom, I can quit. Boom, done.
That's an old person thing, but we need it. All right,
Yeah.
I'm not getting any younger.
And I got fucked up for a minute because I didn't figure out how to use my powers. I didn't know how to call Atreus and do shit. I'm like, I'm getting fucked up and this kid ain't doing shit. Like, what the fuck? So
Goddamn
it took
brick.
a minute. Yeah. So now I gotten excuse me, further in the game. So now I'm trying to figure shit. I got the Winds of Hell. So I might finish it by the weekend, but
Nice.
yeah, but that's it for me.
Carlos, what you got?
All right, my sober October did start early, so
Mhm.
yeah, so I haven't been drinking for the past like week or so. But even before that, I was kind of cutting it down anyway. But today is apparently it's a beer National Beer Day or some shit. So
Oh shit.
I bought some beer, but I'm not gonna drink it for a while. So he's just gonna sit there. It's kind of sad, depressing, but it's all good. Other than that, I'm getting over being like pretty fucking sick. So
Ugh.
like my voice was gone up until like this morning for like a solid 2 days, and yeah, I sounded like death. I sounded like Voldemort smoked like 1,000 cigarettes.
Ugh.
Yeah, I could barely talk, but yeah, now it's better. Looking forward to the bachelor party later on this month, and other than that, that's all I got. Yeah.
Cool.
Good shit. I'm still gonna be working my way through some Destiny. I love my Osteostriga, my goddamn
Sorry. Happy birthday, uh, to my sister. Happy birthday.
nice.
Oh
It was
shit.
it
Happy
was like it
birthday.
was like it was 2 days ago, but
Oh,
yeah,
right on.
our movie was
Anyway.
yesterday.
Shout out to Raider Wifey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout
Uh,
out to you,
I'm still playing that D2, still enjoying that. I'm still I think I'm one episode behind on Rings of Power. I still fucking like it. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I fucking love the elves and fucking dwarfs and all that other bullshit. So I'm going back and forth between that one and House of the Dragon.
Yeah. So much
And
fantasy.
what?
So much fantasy on, you know?
Yeah, I
It's a
mean
good
it's
time to be a
fucking
fucking
great.
nerd.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I still gotta finish off fucking Sandman or whatever.
Oh,
And
you should have been finished that. And
yeah,
I'm
I
one
should have.
behind. I'm one behind the Rings of Power, and I'm pissed because I know that is an hour episode.
Yeah, and then even Netflix had their big old Tadum or whatever, their like showcase shit. I mean, we're getting new Witcher in early 2023,
Oh yeah,
so
yep, yep.
like the fantasy train is going hard as shit, and I'm fucking here for it. Um, Other than that, I feel like I'm just fucking working way too goddamn much, but hopefully that'll stop after this weekend because I definitely got to get some hours in this weekend. I
Because
don't
you
I don't know
lazy.
if
That's why.
go ahead.
It's because you lazy. That's why you
Yeah,
feel
there
like.
you go. My lazy ass. I don't know if Blue it doesn't look like he's with us.
No.
All right, old ninja, take us on out, goddammit.
All right. You just experienced Black and Black times Infinity,
To the meats.
the dankest podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere at Bees and BTI. That's BTHAN BTI. If you are listening to us via audio, however you're listening to us, just know that we go
Infinity.
live. We go live every Wednesday Pacific Standard Time or daylight time, 8:30 ish every Wednesday. Listen to us anywhere and everywhere with Beat and BTI. Check out our official website, binheadproductions.com/BTI. And oh, we have a Discord, so you can email us at bthenbti@gmail.com. Discord's pretty lit. There's a lot of topics on there, live exclusive stuff you can ask us about, but it's on there. Email us, let us know. We'll send you, give us your Discord, and I think there might be a couple of like um, what is it?
Lewd gifts. You know, there's just lewd
No,
gifts on there. That's all.
well, that and probably little screener questions or whatnot. I mean, if you listened to us before, if you chatted in the chat, you're more likely to get in. There you
How, you have to answer the question: how do you feel about seedless dick pics? That's what it is.
go. I guess that's reasonable.
Food of Gundams. Come on,
I don't know about that.
All right.
take us out.